Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Am I live? Good morning. Am I clearly visible, audible? Can someone write something in the chat box so I can proceed? Good morning, Karthik. I'm clearly visible, audible. You can see, you can hear, and you can see my PPT also. Kindly respond. Thank you. Thank you, Usman. Thank you for responding. Okay, thank you, Karthik. Thank you. So let everyone join. We will wait for 10-15 seconds and we will start the class ahead. So very good morning to all of you. So today is the third day of community medicine and we are going to cover a major chunk today. So I guess you got the notes for today. Today the plan is first, in the next first 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to cover this topic, demography and family planning. Okay. After that, we are going to take 7 small chapters. I've already sent the PPT or PDF of that. 7 small chapters are there, nearly 20 minutes each chapter. We will cover all of them one by one. And finally, maybe in the evening, we are going to cover biostatistics. And for tomorrow, we are left only with communicable, non-communicable disease, national health program, and this health planning and health communication. Okay, so that's it. So this is the plan. So let me see, we can stick on that plan. And if at any point I feel that we are getting delay at any point, we can skip the MCQs. Currently, I'm giving you PYQs also to solve here, so it is taking time. So at any point, if I feel the syllabus is not going to complete and we are getting delay, so I will skip the MCQs. You can solve it by your own. I will teach you the theory portion. But let's see, I can finish it, I think, till now. We are not lagging much. Okay. So can I start? Are you people with me? Can we go ahead? Can I start? So let's start with demography and family planning. So first I'm going to cover demography. Just a second. You have to give me a minute. Oh, no, my pen is not working. Give me a minute. Let me fix it. Let me check. Yeah, I guess now it's working. Okay, so let's start with the demography first. Can I start with the demography? You people with me? So let's go ahead. Without wasting any further time, let's start with demography. What is demography? Split the term. Demography. Graphy means study. Demo means population. So it is a scientific study of human population. Scientific study of human population. So what we focus on? We study the changes in the population size, the composition of the population, the behavior of the population, and distribution of the population. Definition is not important. Just for your knowledge, demography is the study of population. Demo matlab population. So the study of population is known as demography. Now, why population is not constant? Population is dynamic. It is changing every second. So if we talk about population of any geographical area, let's say India. So if we talk about the population of the India, every second it is changing. We are talking with each other. Many people are dying. Many people are taking birth. So it is not at all fixed. It is constantly changing. It's a dynamic feature. So tell me the 5 processes which continuously work on the population. So there are 5 processes which continuously work on the population. Is fertility. Fertility means birth. Birth is constantly taking place. So it keep on increasing the population. And mortality, matlab death. So people are dying also. So it is decreasing the population. In marriage, the couples can move from here to there, or the female, the wife can move from one house to another house. So in this way, the population of one geographical area can decrease and another geographical area can increase. And a marriage can alter the population. Migration, the families are migrating from one country to another, one city to another. So that can also alter the population. And social mobility. And due to social cause, the mobility is there. So these are the 5 processes which alter the population. Can you say the 5 processes, please? The population change because of fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and mobility. So FMMMM. I guess everyone got it. Say yes. You have to give me 1 more minute. I cannot change the color of my pen. It will be red throughout the session. Give me 1 minute to fix it so I can change the color also. I guess now it should work. Let me check. Okay, now I can do. Okay, so these are the 5 processes: fertility, mortality, morbidity, migration, and motility. These are the 5 processes which changes the population constantly. See the question, tell me the answer. Demographic process does not include. Which of the following is not included in demographic process? There are 5 demographic processes. Now, fertility is there or not there? Morbidity is there or not there? Mortality is there or not there? And social mobility is there or not there? Absolutely right, Shivangi. So which do not alter population? I guess morbidity is not there. Morbidity का मतलब होता है disease. Because of the disease, someone is having disease, population will not alter unless until the person is not dying. है ना? So mortality alter, but morbidity is not included in the process. So it's a question. It's a PYQ. Please understand. Now let me tell you two things. What is birth rate? What is death rate? है ना? So let me tell you the formula of the two. I am telling you two things. Crude birth rate and crude death rate. है ना? The denominator of both of them is mid-year population. I guess yesterday I taught you what is mid-year population. The population of the country on 1st July at 0000, 12 baje. 1st July ka population is the mid-year population. So denominator is mid-year population. So in 1 year, how many birth taking place? And how many live birth taking place? That is the birth rate. And how many death taking place in 1 year? Here also in 1 year. Here also in 1 year. We can take any year, maybe 2022, 2021. So I want to calculate the crude birth rate and death rate of India in 2021 or 2022. India. So in 2022 in India, how many people were born from 1st January to 31st December? How many people were dead from 1st January to 31st December? That is the numerator. And denominator is mid-year population. And multiplier is 1000 in both of them. Now the people who are taking birth are from population only. The people who are dying are from population only. So the numerator in both of them is part of denominator. And the multiplier is 1000 and there is a time specifier. So both of them are rate. They are not ratio. They are not proportion. I hope you all got it. You all have attended my yesterday's session. You know what is rate, ratio, proportion. So crude birth rate. Why they are known as crude birth rate, crude death rate? What do you mean by crude? Yesterday I taught you. Crude का मतलब क्या होता है? Crude मतलब all. Crude मतलब all. We are not taking any particular birth or particular death. We are taking all. All का मतलब है crude. है ना? All means crude. So you can see crude birth rate. It is the number of live birth upon mid-year population in 2000 in 1 year. है ना? That is birth rate. Same we have death rate. So birth rate is a measure of fertility and death rate is a measure of mortality. And why we are saying crude, it includes all population, all age of population. And crude death rate, I told you, formula you can write the number of the death upon mid-year population in 2000. And again, it's crude. It means all the causes and ages are included. So read the question and tell me the answer. What is the denominator of crude birth rate? Is it mid-year population, number of living children, number of dead children, total number of crude birth? So please tell me the answer fast. Questions are very easy. That's why please tell me fast. What is the correct answer? Absolutely right. Shivangi, absolutely. Aditi, very good. So correct answer is mid-year population. You all are right. Yes, Pribingal, right. So correct answer is mid-year population. If I change the question crude death rate, what is your answer? Would you like to change or it's still same? So denominator of both of them is mid-year population. Whether I ask crude birth rate or whether I ask crude death rate, the denominator of both of them is same. Okay, now let me come on the most important topic here, demographic cycle. Now we talk of a country. We have many countries on the globe. India is a country. Let's talk about India or any country. So any country passes through 5 phases of demographic cycle based on its population. It is known as phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5. Currently, India is in phase 3. We want to enter in phase 4, but it will take many more years. So let me tell you, what do you mean by demographic cycle? So in the demographic cycle, there are 5 stages. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stages are there. First, learn the name of the 5 stages. You will understand. You don't have to learn. Just hear it. Listen it once, Stage 1 is known as high stationary. Stage 2 is known as early expanding. Then it is late expanding and then low stationary and then declining. Don't learn. I will show you all the 5 stages in this graph. See this graph. Can you see in this graph? You can see 2 lines. This is a full line. I'm drawing with red. The full line. You can see this is full line. And this is dotted line. You can see one dotted line. So full line is the birth rate and the dotted line is the death rate. Can you see? We can see the 2 lines. Say yes. Say yes. You can see 2 lines, birth rate and death rate. Birth rate is the full and death rate is partial, dotted I mean. So stage 1, when birth rate is equal to death rate. You can see they both are equal. So here, this is the birth rate and this is the death rate. I mean, both are equal and they cancel each other. So population is constant. But the problem, you will say, ma'am, it's very good. The people who are borning, the same people are dying. So it's very good. The population is stable. It's constant. It's not expanding. No, it's not good because both of them are very high. That's why the name of this phase is high stationary. What is the name? High stationary. high. So population is stationary. I agree. The population is stationary. It's not increasing. It's not decreasing, because birth rate and death rate are equal and they cancel each other. They cancel each other. But both of them are on higher side, very higher side. है ना? High birth rate is not good. है ना? If you remember your grandmothers, our grandmothers and super grandmothers, they have six children, 10 children in that era. है ना? My grandmother has 6 children. है ना? My mother have three. I'm having 2 siblings and I'm having only one. है ना? So you can see generation by generation how it changes. Okay. And currently we are promoting hum do, hamare do. This is the norm. Fertility. Having high fertility is not good. Not at all good. So high birth rate is not good. What do you mean by high death rate? High death rate indicates the healthcare services in that country are not good. The doctors are not good. The hospitals are not good. The health services are not good. That's why people are dying more. We do not want people to die. We do not want anyone, our near one, dear one, should die. We want everyone should live the longest. है ना? The longest lifespan of human on earth is 119 years. Everyone has to die eventually. Maximum, the recorded human life, है ना? The recorded human life maximum is 109. No one is going to live more than that. Okay, so this is the highest one we have recorded till date. Okay, so most of the time the lifespan is 80 to 90 years on an average for most of the humans. Okay, so anyways, we want to live and everyone should live the longest, as long as they can survive. We do not want high death rate. It's not good. It indicates our healthcare services are not good. And we do not want high birth rate also. High birth rate is also not good. So high fertility is also not good. High death rate is also. We want both to be reduced. We want less birth rate. We want less death rate. And we want less death rate because we do not want anyone to die. We want to provide the best healthcare services. We want they should live the longest. Eventually, everyone has to die. There is no one immortal. But longest they can live, we try that. And we want low birth rate also. For low birth rate, we have to counsel the people to use more and more contraceptive during sexual intercourse. And for less death rate, we have to improve our healthcare services. We want two things. What we want two things? We want to reduce birth rate. We want to reduce death rate. How to reduce birth rate? How to reduce birth rate? Birth rate kaise kam hoga? We have to reduce the fertility of the people, fertility of the couple. How to reduce the fertility? Use of contraception. So after demography, I'm going to teach you all type of contraceptive techniques available. Okay, that is by use of contraception only. So multiple methods of contraception are available: condoms, OCP, diaphragm, multiple things are there. I will teach you all, but people are not using it because they are not aware of it, that these all are available and how to use it. And also this is the lack of awareness. Okay, so that is we will study, number one. And we want to reduce death rate also. How we can reduce death rate? We have to improve our healthcare services, better doctors, better medicines, better discoveries, better techniques, better hospitals. We have to improve our healthcare services more and more. Vaccines. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, but here it was the era when birth rate, death rate both were very high. Although they cancel each other, but it's not good thing. This is known as stage one. This is known as stage one. The name of this stage is high stationary. How many of you got it? The meaning of the high stationary. India was in this stage till 1920. 1920, long ago. Nearly 100 years ago. India was in this stage. Okay, till 1920. Till 1920. 1920 to 1930. For the 10 years, India was in stage two. So let's talk about stage two. So people realized, in 1920, people have realized that it's not good for India. It's not good for India. We have high birth rate, we have high death rate, we have to do something. So what they realize now, they have improved their healthcare services. Better doctors were there, many discoveries were there, scientific discoveries were there. So death rate started falling. Death rate started falling in stage two. You can see death rate is starting falling. But see the birth rate. Birth rate is still high. People were not working on their fertility. They still were reproducing 10 children. So birth rate is still high. Let me write. Birth rate is same, not high. It's same as that of stage one, but death rate start falling. So there is a gap. Population started expanding. Imagine people are bonding more and dying less. So there is expansion. Here it was cancellation. Here they are not cancelling. Taking birth, positive is more and dying are less. So it is known as early expansion. That's why the name of this phase is known as early expansion. Expansion have started. It was stationary here. Now after stationary, expansion have already started. The population started expanding, the first time. Okay, from 1920 to 1930. Okay, so from 1920, so the first stage you got it. Birth rate, death rate, they both are high, and they cancel each other. They cancel. They are equal. Birth rate is equal to death rate. They cancel each other, but both of them were high. That's why high stationary. India was in the stage till 1920. After that, birth rate is same, but death rate started falling. So India was in this phase from 1920 to 1930, and population started expanding. You got it till now? You got it? Now people realized in 1930, they realized their mistake. We have to work on birth rate also. It is not only death rate we should reduce. We should reduce birth rate also. So the birth rate also started falling. Death rate fall further. Death rate to fall hota hi ja raha hai. It is keep on falling, falling, falling. Birth rate also started falling. Birth rate also started falling. You got my point? Still there is a gap. They are not equal. They are not cancelling out each other. So here birth rate started falling and death rate fall further. It already falled, but it is falling more. Hai na? So this is the thing. It is known as late expanding. This was early expanding. This is late expanding. Got it? Got it? So India is in this phase from 1930 till 2023. Currently it's 2023, of course. Huh? So from 1930 till 2023, since last 90 years, approx 93 years, we are in this phase. Hai na? We want to enter in stage number 4, but we have not yet entered. India has not yet entered. Got it? What is stage 4? The ideal stage. Birth rate again become death rate, equal to death rate. Birth rate and death rate, they become equal and they cancel each other. Again, they are equal, but on lower side. So you can see this is birth rate and this is death rate. They just cancel each other, but they both are low. Low birth rate and low death rate. So population become constant. So such a country is a stable country. Currently, India is the most populous country in the world. Initially, it was China and now it's India. India is the most populous country in the world. It's not good thing. Having abundant of population is not good. We have limited resources. One day, everything will be exhausted. The food will be exhausted. Water will be exhausted. What we will do? So having more population is not good for any country. It is not a good model. It is not a stable model. The stable model is stage 4. In stage 4, birth rate, death rate, both cancel out each other. How many people are borning? The same number of people are dying. So population become constant and both are low. So here the birth rate is equal to death rate. Again, like stage 1 only, but on lower side. Low birth rate, low death rate. So this is known as low stationary. It is again stationary, but lower side. This was high stationary. This is low stationary. We want to enter in this stage, but we have not yet entered. And finally, stage 5. We don't want stage 5 also. We want only stage 4. We do not want to stage 5. In stage 5, you can imagine a country in which birth rate is less, death rate is more. People are dying more and taking birth less. Germany is the example, only example in the world. People are dying more and borning less. So that is the only example here. So that is declining phase. The last phase is known as declining. So here birth rate is less than death rate. I mean, death rate is more, birth rate is less. This phase is known as declining. So tell me the name of the 5 phases now you can read. What is stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It is high stationary when birth rate and death rate is equal to each other but on higher side. Okay. Then early expanding, birth rate is still same, but death rate started falling. What is late expanding? Birth rate also started falling and death rate fall further. They fall further. And a birth rate also started falling. Low stationary, again birth rate is equal to death rate, like stage 1 only, but this time lower side. That's why low stationary. And declining, the death rate is more than birth rate. So we do not want the country will extinct from the globe one day if people are dying more and taking birth less. The country will disappear one day. So it is not a good model. It is not a good model. Not a good model. Not a good. So best model is stage 4. Everyone wants to be in stage 4. But for that we have to work. We have to reduce the birth rate and death rate and make them equal. Say yes. Say yes. Currently birth rate of India is 21 and death rate is nearly 7. You see what they do. We cannot reduce death rate further. It is the lowest. Out of 1,000 people, 7 are dying every year. And out of 1,000 people, 21 are increasing in that. Many couples are there in that 1,000. Now they reproduce and 21. So 21 are increasing. So if you say I'm having a group of 1,000, so after 1 year, how many people will be? See them after 1 year. See them after 1 year. They will not be 1,000. In the 1,000, the 21 will be added and the 7 will be subtracted. So net will be nearly, I guess, 14. So 1,014. 1,014. So it is an expanding model. We want still it should be 1,000. It will be 1,000 if both will be equal. Now both equal kaise honge? There are 2 ways. Either you increase the death rate. Can we do so? Kill people like Hitler. We cannot do so. It's not ethical. Of course, no one will do so. We will not increase the death rate. So other way around, reduce the birth rate. Use contraception, reduce the birth rate. So all the couples have 2 children only, not more than that. That's it on an average. So this is the ideal model. How many of you got it? How many of you got it? So this is the thing. Okay, so let's see it quickly. I have already explained you demographic cycle. The 5 stages of demographic cycle. I want each and every one of you to give me a thumbs up that you got it. Anyone having any trouble in understanding the 5 stages of demographic cycle? Let me teach you the 5 cycle here. The 5 stages. Stage number 1 is first stage, high stationary. You can see birth rate is equal to death rate. They cancel each other, but they are on higher side. It's not a good model. It's not a good model. India was here till 1920. Till 1920. What is the second stage? Here, birth rate is still same, but death rate started declining. Hana, birth rate still same, but death rate started declining. So population is increasing slowly. So it's known as early expanding. Hana, India was in this phase for 10 years, 1920 to 1930. Still, South Asia and Africa still is in this phase. Hana, so we are ahead of them. Hana, so we are in stage 3. But South Asia and Africa is still in stage 2. Okay. So in stage 3, what we have realized, we have to reduce both. So birth rate also started falling and death rate fall more further. Death rate fall more further. So population started expanding suddenly. It is known as late expanding. So here also population is, here also population is expanding. Here also population is expanding. You can see maximum population is at the junction. So end of stage 2 and end of stage 2 and the beginning of stage 3 is having maximum population. You can see it's also a question. Hana? So this is the maximum population. Got it? So currently India is here. Hana? We have to go here, and then we will enter in stage 4. It will take another 50-100 years. I don't know how many years it will take. Stage 4 is low stationary, the ideal stage, where birth rate, death rate cancel each other, but both of them are lower. This is known as zero population model. Zero population model, and the population becomes stationary. Hana? So only one country is in this phase, stage 4, the ideal. Austria, not Australia. It's not Australia, it's Austria. Hana? And the next 3 countries which are just about to enter in stage 4 is UK, Denmark, and Sweden, and Belgium. These are the 4 more countries. Hana? So they will enter because here growth rate is nearly 0.1. Soon it will become 0. Hana? Here nearly birth rate and death rate is equal, nearly. But little bit difference is still there. Soon they will make it 0 and they also will enter. India must enter this phase earliest, but we are nowhere close. We are nowhere close. You can see 21 minus 7, it's 1.4. We want to make this 1.4 as 0 as soon as possible. It will take time. Okay. The 5th stage is the declining, where death rate is more, birth rate is less. Death rate is more, birth rate is less, declining. Germany and Hungary are in this phase. Say yes, got it, after the Second World War. So people are dying more and taking birth less. How many of you got it? So that is the demographic cycle. So we will see some terminologies and the questions based on demographic cycle. Okay, what are some terminologies? What is demographic transition? What is demographic window? What is demographic dividend, demographic gift, and demographic trap? Let me explain the meaning of these 5 terms to you. Okay, demographic, very easy. नाम में उसका meaning है. The meaning is hidden in the name itself. See the demographic transition, है ना? We want to move from stage 1 to stage 4, है ना? So this is known as transition, like while stage 2, stage 3, है ना? Every country start with stage 1 only, and the end point we want stage 4, है ना? So during that we have to travel through stage 2 and 3. So currently India is in transition. So everyone wants to move from high birth rate, high death rate to low birth rate, low death rate, so that they cancel each out. So from high birth rate to high death rate, we want to move where? To low birth rate and low death rate. This is known as transition. So can I say currently India is in transition? Yes. So currently India is in transition. We are moving towards stage 4. Slowly, very slowly. Got it? Hannah? Everyone wants, all the country on the globe wants zero population model. It's best model, the most stable model. So that is demographic transition. Got it? So we want to move from here to here. So all the countries who are in stage 2 and 3, they are showing transition. They are showing transition. Very easy term. The next is demographic window. What is the demographic window? So it's a period of 30 to 40 years when in a country, the youth is maximum. The working population, you know, population below 15 years don't work. Hana? And it's a crime, Hana, to give the employment to the child. And population above 65 also don't work. They are senior citizens. They are retired. Hana? We want in a country the maximum population who is in this age group. That is the working population. That country will keep on growing. Hana? Because everyone is working and earning. So the growth of the country is maximum. Okay, currently India is in this phase. India is in this phase from 2010 to 2050. We have maximum youth in our country. So it's not static. Hamesha youth nahi reh sakta. If maximum youth is there, okay, currently India is having maximum youth. Okay, they will reproduce, no? It's the reproductive population also. So there are two things. It's working population, it's good. but its reproductive population, it's bad. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, they should reproduce only within limit. I mean, 2 children, a couple. If they are reproducing more, again, the country will enter in some other phase. Got my point? So this is the thing. Okay, so when any country have maximum working population, that is 15 to 55, that window is known as demographic window. People less than 15 are less than 30% and more than 65 are less than 15%. So demographic window is an opportunity that lasts for 30 to 40 years for a country when the country is growing. So this is known as demographic window. Got it? Demographic dividend. Because of the demographic window, when the working population is maximum, because of which the growth, the economic growth of the country is known as dividend. A rise in the economic growth, the rise in the GDP, GNP. So everyone, the working population, they all are going in different countries. They are going in US, UK, Canada, here, and there. You have seen many youth. They are working abroad now. From the abroad, they are working in, they earn in other currency. They earn dollars and they are converting into rupees. I mean, our country's currency is going on increasing in that way. So this is the economic growth of our country. So a rise in the economic growth of the country due to the share of the working population is known as demographic dividend. Got my point? The next is the demographic gift. The same, dividend is gift. The favorable effect of decrease in fertility on the ratio of the working population to the dependent population. Okay, we want more working population working, and we want less dependent population. The dependent population is our children and old, less than 15, more than 60, they are dependent. And now we want less, we want more working. So because of which the favorable effect on the country is known as gift. Not only economic, all the favorable effect. And last is trap. We are in trap. We are in trap. The trap is high birth rate and low death rate. You are not coming out of that. We are going on creating good discoveries, good scientific inventions. So death rate हम कम से कम करते जा रहे हैं. People are not dying nowadays. पहले बहुत मरते थे लोग, लेकिन now people are not dying much because we have improved the healthcare services, but we are unable to decrease the birth rate. People are still reproducing like anything, so they have high fertility. So everyone should, all the couples maximum should have 2 children, not more than that. Whether the girls, whether the boys, whether the whatever, only 2 children a couple, so that a couple before dying is replacing themselves on the earth. So this is the wife and this is the husband. Before they die, they should produce 2 children. They should produce 2 children, so they are replicating themselves in the world. This is the theory. So they will die and they have 2 more children like that. The one who replaced them in the world. So it is a stable model. Then we will enter in a stable model. This is the thing. Got it? Got it? Can we go ahead? So please learn the terms demographic trap. Got it? So you can leave it. Read the question and tell me the answer. Read the question, tell me the answer. Okay, demographic gap attain its maximum limit when? What is the gap between birth rate and death rate? The gap between birth rate and death rate is maximum in which phase? The gap between birth rate and death rate is maximum in which phase? In stage 1, the gap is 0. They cancel each out. In stage 4 also, the gap is 0. They cancel each out. So you tell me what is the answer. I'm asking you. Second or third, Aditi? Is it second or third? So end of second and beginning of third is the best answer. Ideally, end of second and beginning of third is the best answer, but it's not there in the option, so I will go with 2. I will go with 2. Everyone got it? How many of you got it? Can we go ahead? Anyone having any trouble till now? Anyone having any problem till now? Can we go ahead? So read the question, tell me the answer. What is true about late expanding phase? Which of the following? Tell me what is late expanding phase? Which phase? Late expanding kiska naam hai? Is it stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, 4 or 5? I'm asking. What is late expanding phase? The late expanding phase is stage 3. So currently India is in late expanding. Currently. So which of the following is true for that? Which of the following is true for that? So birth rate is lower than death rate. Birth rate begin to decline. And death rate begin to decline. Birth rate still remain unchanged. Or death rate decline further. And birth rate also tends to fall. And birth rate and death rate both are high. What's the correct answer? Yes, most of the people are right. Very good, very good. So I told you, let me write. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Here birth rate is equal to death rate, but both are high. Stage 4 also, birth rate is equal to death rate, but both are low. Okay, we all want to move from 1 to 4. 4 is stable model. In stage 2, death rate fall. Started falling, but birth rate is same. Okay, in stage 3, death rate fall further, but birth rate also started falling. Okay, and in stage 5, death rate is more than birth rate, that is declining. Okay, now what they are asking, read the question. They are asking for stage number 3. Late expanding is the name of stage 3. So this is your answer. This is your answer. So it's written here. Death rate falls still further, or come ho gaya, still further, and birth rate tend to fall. If I change the question from late expanding to early expanding, from the 4 option, what will be your answer in that case? Can you please tell me what will be your answer in that case? If I'm changing the question from late expanding to early expanding, I mean to ask you stage 2. Early expanding is the name of stage 2. Stage 2. Now, what is your answer? This is your answer. So, birth rate begin to decline. Death rate begin to decline, but birth rate is same. You can see birth rate is still same. In that case, your answer will become B. Currently, your answer is C. But if I ask early expanding, your answer will become B. Got my point? If I change it to stage 5, declining phase, what is the answer then? Declining phase के लिए क्या सही है? Answer will be A. Birth rate is lower than death rate. It occurs only in stage 5. है ना? And if I change it to high stationary, what is your answer? In that case, high birth rate, high death rate, and they cancel each out. In that case, answer is D. I mean to say all the 4 options are one stage only. They can ask you anything. You should know the summary. You should know the summary. Everyone knows the summary. You don't want me to repeat it? Got it? In this way, they can change the answer. They can change the question. But you are prepared for all the 5 phases. Say yes. So that is the thing. Okay. You tell me, contraction of demographic gap starts in which phase? Demographic gap. Contraction starts in which phase? Stage 1, late stage 2, early stage 3, or stage 4? What is the correct answer? Contraction of demographic gap starts at which stage? So correct stage is early stage 3. You want to see the graph? Let me show you the graph and tell you the answer. Just a second. This is the graph. You can see this is known as gap, demographic gap. So in stage 1, the gap is 0. They are equal. In stage 4 also the gap is 0. And here it's negative. The gap is negative. It's a negative. Hai na? So birth rate minus death rate is the gap. Here I can see gap increase, increase, increase. It become maximum at the junction and it started decreasing here. So in stage 3, it is falling. In stage 3, you can see the gap is falling. Say yes, you got it. So in stage 3, it is contracting. This is contraction, you can see. And after contraction, it becomes 0. So what is the answer? Contraction occurs in stage 3. That is your question. Contraction occurs in which stage? Stage 3. Expansion occurs in stage 2. Contraction occurs in stage 3. How many of you got it? So see the question and tell me the answer again. See the question. Contraction of demographic gap starts in which phase? So answer is stage 3. In stage 3, the contraction occurs. Everyone agree? So this is the next question. In which stage the demographic cycle is India currently? India currently is in which stage? Be fast now. I cannot devote such a time for solving questions. Come on. We have the complete syllabus to do. Ideally, no one give the questions to solve in the class. I want to teach you only theory. But for your convenience, I'm taking PYQs also. But you have to take the speed now. If you want to solve PYQs in the class only. Okay. So is it high stationary, late expanding, early stationary, or low stationary? So India is in stage 3. What is the name of stage 3? It's late expanding. So you all are right. The correct answer here is B. And we all want to enter in stage 4. But currently we are in stage 3. Okay. The next question. Okay. Which of the following year in the history of demography of India is known as year of big divide? Year of big dividend. Year of big divide. 1881, 1921, 1947, or 1978? I told you stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I taught you that India was in this stage till 1920. In 1921, India entered stage 2, 1921 to 1930. And 1930 onwards, India is in this stage till date. Till date. We want to enter here, but we couldn't till now. So this year, 1921, when India is entering from stage 1 to 2, it's known as year of big divide. Please learn it, write it. 1921. First time we start moving. First time we start the transition. 1921. In 1921, India moved from stage 1 to stage 2. Hana? So that is known as year of big divide. You got it? So please learn that. Okay. So let's come on the growth rate. What is growth rate? The birth rate minus death rate at which the population is growing. So population grow at the rate of birth rate minus death rate. Birth rate, the people are increasing. The death rate, people are reducing. So at which the population is growing. I had already given the example. Imagine I'm having a population of 1,000. So after 1 year, how many they will be? Still they will be 1,000. No, some will die. Some will reproduce. So after 1 year, the birth rate of India is 21 currently. So they will become according to that 1021. But some will die also. Nobody is immortal, no? Everyone dies. So some old people in this population, they will die. So 7 will reduce. Hai, so it will be whatever is the answer, 993. So if you take the average, this minus this, so answer will be 1014. So this is the growth rate, birth rate minus death rate. So it's the birth rate minus death rate at which the population is growing. Got it? That is the growth. Upon 10, we take it in a decade, that is upon 10. We divide it upon 10. So you can see here it's 0, here it's 0, here it's negative, and here it's positive, positive. The maximum is here. That is the growth rate I told you. Hana? So that is the thing. Can we go ahead? Now tell me the population explosion. In India, the population is an explosion. In India, the population is an explosion. Why the population is an explosion in India? Population is exploding in India. Why? Tell me the reason. There are two reasons. We are keep on increasing birth rate, the country, and we are keep on reducing the death rate. Hai, there is high birth rate and less death rate. This is known as trap. We are in a trap. Hai, birth rate बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, death rate कम होता ही जा रहा है. बर्थ रेट क्यों बढ़ता जा रहा है? पीपल डोंट यूज कॉन्ट्रासेप्शन, दे हैव हाई फर्टिलिटी. और डेथ रेट क्यों कम होता जा रहा है? बिकॉज ऑफ बेटर डॉक्टर्स, बेटर डिस्कवरी. वी कैन नॉट इंक्रीज, वी वांट टू मेक देम इक्वल. So you cannot increase the death rate. You cannot kill people, start killing. I have to make birth rate is equal to death rate, so you die. You cannot do that. So you have to reduce the birth rate. The only option left. Got it? So what are the causes of high birth rate? Tell me. What are the causes of low death rate? Tell me. First, tell me the causes of high birth rate. Why people reproduce more? Because of early onset of puberty. Nowadays, puberty starts at 11 to 13 years. In the previous era, the menarche start at nearly 15 years. But nowadays, we are seeing the menarche is shifting backward. So the females, the girls become fertile at early age. So at 11 years only, the girl start menarche and she is fertile now onwards. Okay, so this may be the reason. Universality of marriage. Everyone must and should marry. It is a mentality of the people, but it's not necessary that everyone should marry. So it's a personal call. Okay, but universality is not there, but there is a mentality in the country that everyone should get married. Early age of the marriage. 60% of the girl in India, they marry before the age of 19. Do you know this fact? 60% of the girl in India, it's a very big thing. And they have early marriage, so early pregnancy. So multiple children, multiple pregnancies. Okay, so that is the reason. High proportion of young population. I told you currently India is in dividend. That is the dividend phase is going on, in which we have maximum working population. So working population अच्छा है, they are working, they are earning, but they are reproducing also. And social and cultural factors like poverty, illiteracy, ignorance, poor standard of living, lack of knowledge about the family planning, religious matter. So people don't use birth control methods in many religions. They think that it's a sin. They should not use it. Whatever God is giving, accept it. That is the mentality, taboos are there in the society. Give me 1 minute. I have to fix this sound. Give me 1 minute. I guess it's done. So you tell me, these are the reasons of high fertility. What are the reasons of decreased death rate? Now tell me the reasons for decreased death rate. Epidemics sometime there is absence of epidemics nowadays and famines. They are very less. Immunization is there. With the help of immunization, we vaccinate maximum children. So they don't have the diseases, they don't have the death. Medical science improvement, advancement, health consciousness among the people, and primary health centers we have created everywhere. National health programs are running in which we are doing the free diagnosis and free treatment of the poor people also, and international aid is also there, WHO is also there, because of which we are keeping on reducing the death rate. This is a good thing, but high birth rate is not good. High birth rate is not good. Less death rate is good. Okay, got it? So read the question, tell me the answer. Current annual growth rate of a population is calculated by, what is the formula? What is the formula? Birth rate minus death rate minus birth rate, decadal growth upon 10, or birth rate plus death rate. What is the correct answer? I'm asking, very easy question. I want to ask you the formula of growth rate. Of course, the formula of growth rate is birth rate minus death rate. It's not death rate minus birth rate. It should be birth rate minus death rate. It's not plus. Everyone knows that, I guess. So easy question, easy going till now. Can we go ahead? Please learn the recent population trends. So all this I'm giving you from the source of SRS 2021. These are the recent population norms I'm giving you. So current birth rate of India is not 21. 21 was the previous one. Current birth rate of India is 19.7 to be exact. And death rate of India is not 7. That was also previous. I'm sorry. The current is 6. So what is the growth rate of India? 19 minus 6. So it will be 13, approx 13. So in a population of 1,000, after 1 year, there will be 1,013. because 19 will increase and 6 will reduce. So we have reduced the birth rate a little bit, we have reduced the death rate also. So this is the thing, but we want to make it equal. Equal kab honge? We want to enter in phase 4 na. Phase 4 mein tabhi enter hoga jab death rate aur kam na ho. But the recent scientific discoveries, we keep on reducing it. Or birth rate 19 से 6 हो जाए. Imagine अभी 19 है, उसका 1/3 हो जाए. 1/3 birth rate हो, तब जाके we can enter in stage 4. How many of you got it? How many of you got it? Say yes. Please learn. These are the recent data. For India, we are working the latest data. Can we go ahead? So these are the latest data. I'm not reading. I'm giving you the chart. You just read it. You just read these values. Okay. So coming on the next topic, the carrying capacity of a population. What is the carrying capacity of a population? Carrying capacity. Imagine this is a geographical area. It is any country or anything. It's a limited geographical area. Let's say it's India. Let's say. Hana? So there is limited resources. The food, the water, the trees, everything. Hana? So it can support a limited population. It can support a limited number of population easily. It can provide the food and water and all the resources. But when the population is more, so carrying capacity get exhausted. What is the carrying capacity? What is the carrying capacity? The number of individual who can be supported in a given area with the natural resources. There is a limit now. There is a limited water, limited food, limited land. If the population is more than that, that area cannot support the population naturally. So what is the carrying capacity? The name itself indicate, you don't have to learn. Carrying capacity. पॉपुलेशन की कैरिंग कैपेसिटी है एक एरिया की, तो इंडिया की कैरिंग कैपेसिटी कितनी है? जितनी भी है, वी आर एक्सीडिंग दैट. द पॉपुलेशन इज ऑलरेडी एक्सीडिंग दैट. So with the help of natural limited resources, the number of individual that can be supported in an area, the area can be any country like India. Got it? Got it? है ना? Below carrying capacity, the population increases. But when the carrying capacity is crossed, the population will die. Imagine a day no one is having the food to eat because we are more as the production occurs. Production we cannot do so, but the population is more. Hana, imagine the water is not there for drinking. Such things can happen, and that time the population will decrease. So the population should be within the limits, the carrying capacity. Shivangi, you have to read the table. Read the table. Whatever is important, that will come in my PPT one by one. Okay. So read the question and tell me the answer. The carrying capacity of any given population is determined by what? On what factor it is depending? Is it depending on growth rate, only birth rate, only death rate, or limited resources? What is the determinant of carrying capacity of a population? Carrying capacity of a population is determined by what? I'm asking. What is the correct answer? It depends on the resources present in that area. How much food, water, land, availability of everything is available. So that will decide the carrying capacity of a population. Okay, got it. So correct answer is D. Everyone got it. Everyone is getting it. The speed is good. Everything is good. You are getting the concepts. The next is the population pyramid. It is known as age-sex pyramid. It's a double histogram. Have you learned histogram in your mathematics? It's a double histogram. It's a double histogram. What is double histogram? You see this one first. See, I'm taking two graphs. I'm drawing two graphs in front of you. One for male, one for female. I'm joining them back to back. This is double histogram. Here I will draw for female. Here I will draw for male. So male, female like that. Double histogram. Now what I'm taking? What I'm taking on the x-axis? What I'm taking on the y-axis? Similarly, what I'm taking on the x-axis? What I'm taking on the y-axis? On the y-axis, I'm taking the population. Just a second. I'm taking the population in groups. Like here, I will take 0 to 5. 0 to 5 age group. Then 5 to 10 age group. 10 to 15. 15 to 30. Likewise, till 70 to 75. Yeah, 75 to 80. That is the maximum life humans usually have. So this is the age group I'm taking on y-axis. And on x-axis, what I'm taking? I'm taking the percentage of population in that age group. So for example, 0 to 5 in a country. Let's talk about India. India ke liye banate hain. Let's talk. So in India, we have males, we have females. So how many males are there in 0 to 5? Draw it here. Like you draw here 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. So how many? How many females are there? In 5 to 10, how many males are there? In 5 to 10, how many females are there? In 10 to 15, how many males are there? In 10 to 15, how many females are there? You got it? So we will get like this. See here. Everyone see. This is known as population pyramid. The age is sex. Because on one axis, you are taking age and you are taking for two genders, male and female. That's why age sex. Say yes. See, understand. For example, In India, this is for India, and this is for US. And first see for India. In India, 0 to 4 population. In the males, it's 12%. In the females, also it's 13%. Anna, you can see it's up to 12, it's up to 13 nearly. Anna, 5 to 10, 5 to 10, it's nearly 14%. And here 5 to 10, it's again nearly 13 or 14%. 10 to 15, what is the percentage here? See, 10 to 15, what is the percentage here? So you can see this is the pyramid we are getting. Say yes. And the same pyramid we are drawing for developed. So basically this is not for India and US. I must say this is for developing country. All the developing country, the pyramid is like this. And all the developed country like US have the pyramid like this. This is not only India and US. All developing are like this, all developed like this. Say yes, Hannah. So what is the main difference? We can see main difference here, the young, I mean the children and the adolescent are more. And here the working population is maximum. Hannah. So shape is different. I can see two different shapes. So what are the shape? The shapes are known as, this is known as triangular shape, triangular or conical shape. This is conical shape or triangular. And this is known as dumbbell. Have you seen a dumbbell? It's known as dumbbell. Dumbbell shape. So conical shape is for developing country like India. And dumbbell shape is for developed country like US. How many of you got it? You can see. This is an overall age sex pyramid. Say yes, react, respond. What is it? It is a double histogram in which one side male, one side female, one side male, one side female. On one axis, we are taking the percentage of population. On one axis, we are taking the age group. How many of you got it? It gives us three information. So say it is a double histogram back to back, one for male, one for female. So this is the thing. On x-axis, we take percentage of the population. On y-axis, we take the age group in 5-5-5-5 year interval. This is population pyramid. The age is sex pyramid. We understood? It gives us three information. What three information? Look at the shape, it will tell you something. Look at the height, it will tell you something. And look at the symmetry, it will also tell you something. Let me show you the three things. See the shape. Looking at the shape, I can say it is showing the fertility pattern. It is showing us fertility pattern. If it is a conical shape or triangular shape, so I mean to say broad base and narrow. Broad base and narrow top. Broad base and narrow top. The base is broad and the top is narrow. It is triangular or conical shape. It means high proportion of younger population. It is for developing countries. And the dumbbell shape, the bulge in the middle. You can see the bulge in the middle. I'm sorry. The bulge in the middle, you can see. Okay. So here high proportion of the adults we have. We have high proportion of adults here. You can see. So say yes. So that is the shape. That is indicating the fertility pattern of the country. Okay. Developing, developed. Looking at the pyramid, you can decide what is the country. Is it a developing country or developed country? You can see the fertility pattern of that country. Number one, this is the main relevance of the shape. Now look the height of the pyramid. Can you see here maximum height is 75 years. And here maximum height is 80 years. So this is little bit taller as compared to this. So height wise, this one is taller and this one is short a little bit. So this is representing the maximum life of humans in that country. So here maximum is 75 only. And here maximum is 80 plus also. Got it? So the height is representing the life expectancy in that country. Taller is the pyramid, higher is the life expectancy like developed country. And shorter is the pyramid, lower is the life expectancy like developing country. So in developing country, maximum life is 75. But in developed country, it's 80 also. Say yes. So that is the height, the relevance of the height. Can we go ahead? The third is the symmetry. See the symmetry on both sides. What does the symmetry? This is female, this is male. This is female, this is male. So make a symmetry. I can see, ideally, in any country, we want male and female to be equal. 50% female and 50% male, the ideal situation. But in a developing country like India, there is a trend. I mean, there is a thing that is female feticide. People are carrying out. It's a crime although. Okay. Because many people in developing country like India, they don't want a female child. Because they consider the female child as a burden, the marriage has to be done, the dowry has to be given. There are many taboos and things are there in the society. Everyone is in the expectation of male child. The male child will take the generations ahead. The male child will earn. So they consider male child is good, female child is not good. So they kill the female child. Female feticide is there. So because of that, the females are less, the males are more. But if you have to see the symmetry both sides, I can see here and here is nearly equal. The mirror image of each other. I will say the sex ratio is 1. I want sex ratio 1. 50-50, they cancel each out, the sex ratio should be 1. So that is the thing. So that indicates the sex ratio. If they are symmetrical, it's ideal sex ratio. Male is equal to female. And if it is asymmetrical, on the male side it's more, and the female side it's less, less, less. Imagine यहाँ पे कम हो और यहाँ पे थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो. It become asymmetrical. It will clearly indicate कि in this country the female की हालत अच्छी नहीं है. In this country, the females are not considered good. So looking at the pyramid of any country, you can comment what is the position of female in that country. Looking at the pyramid itself. So because it will reflect you the sex ratio. The sex ratio is male upon female. Male, ideally they should be 50-50, they should cancel each out. So ideally it should be 1. If they are 1, the graph is bilaterally symmetrical, the mirror image of each other. You can fold it. There is no overlap. It is completely overlap. There is no overhanging. Say yes. Respond, people respond. So what I told you, looking at the graph, comment on 3 things. What 3 things? Look at the shape. What does shape indicate? Look at the height. What does it indicate? And look at the symmetry. What does it indicate? Tell me 3 things one by one. Can you tell me? The shape indicate the fertility of the country. We have 2 options, either conical triangular or the bulge in the middle. That is dumbbell. This is developing, this is developed. Based on height, we can expect on life expectancy. The taller it is, the more is the life expectancy. The shorter it is, the less is the life expectancy. So we want it to be more tall. It is good to be more tall. And symmetry indicates the sex ratio, the condition of the female in that country. Ideally, it should be symmetrical. If it is symmetrical, the sex ratio is 1, it's ideal. And if it is asymmetrical, means the sex ratio is not 1, it's more than 1. The males are more, the females are less. It's not good. Say yes. Got it? So shape indicates fertility, height indicates life expectancy, symmetry indicates sex ratio. Don't learn, understand. So if I ask you the 3 questions, the 3 answers. What does the shape indicate? Say fertility. What does the height indicate? Say life expectancy of the people in that country. What does the symmetry indicate? It indicates the sex ratio, the male and female, the proportion of them. Anyone having any doubt? Or everyone got it? That is pyramid. You get many questions on the pyramid. Got it? You get many questions on the pyramid. Okay? Say yes. Can we go ahead? So this is for India, the recent data in India regarding the pyramid. From 0 to 5, we have 9% of the population. 8.9 is nearly 9, you can say. 9%. From 5 to 15, we have 9%. From 10 to 20, adolescent, we have 20%. From 15 to 55, maximum population. That's why India is in dividend right now. Dividend, the maximum population is working right now. But it's reproducing also. And they will reproduce also. And more than 60, we have 8%. You have to learn these percentage, the recent data. India mein kya kitna hai, you have to learn the percentage. You can get questions on that. Read the question, tell me the answer. What is the age pyramid of India? What is the age pyramid of India? What is the shape? What is the shape? Does everyone finding problem in my speed or only few students have? I'm already slow. Jonadullah. I've already enumerated the 3 things now. Is there an option to reduce the speed to 0.5 or 0.75? I'm asking people respond. Do you find most of the people find there is a problem in the speed? Or do you find, kindly reply on the app if you can. It is good to go? Okay, the answer is A. I got it, but I'm asking one more question. Regarding my speed. The speed at which I'm teaching. Is it fine? You are getting the concept? Everyone? Okay. So most of the students finding it fine, but still few students are telling me that speed is high and I should reduce it. So I will try to reduce it a little bit. I will not be able to reduce it much because we have a big syllabus to be completed. PSM is a big subject. You get 35 questions out of 300 from that. I want you in the 4 days to excel all 35 questions. For that, I have to cover the syllabus. For that, I have to take an average speed. I cannot be below average. If I be below average, then I will not be able to complete the syllabus. I will leave some topics. I do not want that. But still, I will try to manage a little bit slower side. Still, after some time, I will ask the same question again. The students who are feeling it a little bit high, they can respond if they are comfortable with that. So let me little bit reduce it, not much. Okay. So, okay, I will try. So listen, age pyramid of India. Tell me the age pyramid of India. Broad base, narrow apex, or broad from base to apex, or broad at the apex, narrow at the base. So age pyramid of India, I told you it's like this. You can see it's like this. So it's broad at the base, narrow at the apex. So correct answer is A. Okay. Can we go ahead? So the next question, next topic. We all know what is density. Density in 1 kilometer square, how many people are residing in that area? In 1 kilometer square, how many people are residing in an area? In India, overall, if we see, maximum is in Mumbai. You have seen Mumbai. You have seen the buildings in Mumbai. How many floors are there? Maybe 100 floors, 150 floors buildings are there in Mumbai. So in less area, more population is there. The most populous city in India is Mumbai. So in India, if you see the average, on an average, 394 people in 1 kilometer square, on an average. If we take the overall, so number of people living in 1 square kilometer, 1 kilometer square, in that area, how many people are residing? Maximum is in Maharashtra. Maharashtra mein, it is due to Mumbai. And minimum is in this UP. UP has, no. I'm sorry. UP and Maharashtra both have maximum. Among the rural population, it's maximum in UP. And among the urban population, it's maximum in Maharashtra. So that is the maximum you have to learn. Okay, can we go ahead? Maximum you have to learn. UP for the rural population, most dense state in India, and Maharashtra is the most density state among the urban population. Got it? Sex ratio, you all know, female upon male. Sex ratio is number of female upon number of male per thousand. This is sex ratio. The definition, the formula of the sex ratio. Learn the numerator is female. Learn the denominator is male. So there is no correlation with each other. Numerator and denominator are two different entities. So I am calling it a ratio, sex ratio. It's not rate, it's not proportion. It's a ratio. So female upon male. I'm saying female upon male. The multiplier we use here is 1000. So we use a multiplier because we want to take it per 1000 male. That's why we are taking a multiplier also. Learn the formula. What is the formula, please? What is the formula? Say, ma'am, female upon male. The numerator is female upon male. So is it a rate? No. Is it a proportion? No. It is a ratio? Yes. Because numerator and denominator are not related to each other. Okay. So sex ratio indicates the status of women in that country. Ideally, if nothing is hindered, God will give 50% of female, 50% of male. It's natural. In every pregnancy, imagine a lady is pregnant. A couple is conceiving. A lady is pregnant. So what is the chance she will give birth to a male child? And what is the chance she will give birth to a female child? Every pregnancy have 50-50 chance. Every pregnancy have 50% chance of the female child born, and every pregnancy have 50% chance that the male child will be born. So every pregnancy have 50-50% chance. That's why if nothing is hindered in the world, in the country, in the India, 50% will be male, 50% will be female. But here, people interfere. So most of the people want a male child. They do not want the female child. So they do female feticide. They with the help of sonography, they see the gender of the baby before it birth, and if it is a female, they kill it intrauterine only. That is female feticide. It's a crime. It's a crime, right? But people do so. Still people do so. Okay. So it indicates the status of women in that country. Ideally, it should be 1. What is the ideal ratio? Ideal ratio should be 1. So both of them cancel each out, and 1000 is the answer. So female upon male into 1000. Ideally, they cancel each out, so 1000 is the answer. So 1000 female, 1000 male. For every 1000 male, there are 1000 female. It's ideal. It's 1. Yes, it's ideal. What is favorable when females are more than males? Imagine if females are more than males. So the answer will be more than 1000. More than 1000. And unfavorable when females are less than males. When the sex ratio is less than 1000, it means the denominator is more than numerator. So that's why the answer is less than 1000. So we talk in terms of 1000. What is sex ratio? Tell me the formula. What is sex ratio? I'm saying female upon male into 1000. There are 3 possibilities. What is ideal? What is favorable? What is unfavorable? Can you tell me the condition? Ideal is when female is equal to male. And the answer is 1000. They just cancel each out and answer is 1000. Favorable when female are more than male. It is in Kerala. It is in Kerala in India. Females are more than male. There is a favorable sex ratio. Okay. So here the answer, since the numerator is more than denominator, answer will be more than 1000. So if you see, the answer will be more than 1000. It will be 1002, 1010. So every 1000 male, we have 1010 female. Okay. And unfavorable, the females are less. The males are more. The males are more. So denominator is more. The numerator is less. So answer will be less than 1000. Maybe 990, 980, 950. So for every 1000 males, that is the female. So for every 1000 males, how many females are available? Every 1000 male, 1000 female, it's ideal. Every 1,000 male more than 1,000, it's favorable. Every 1,000 male less than 1,000, it's unfavorable. So that is the sex ratio. You can understand. Now read the question. Tell me the answer. It's a tricky question, but very easy. Tricky but easy. There is a population of 10,000. Understand? You have to give me answer in the 10,000. There is a population of 10,000, and the sex ratio of that population is more than 1,000. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Sex ratio more than 1,000 का मतलब क्या होता है? When sex ratio will be more than 1,000? You tell me. I told you sex ratio will be more than 1,000 when males are more than female or female are more than male. I'm asking. When females are more than males, then only sex ratio will be more than 1,000. So they are saying, yes, this is favorable one they are talking. Females are more than males. That's why sex ratio is more than 1,000. So when it will happen? So here the population is 10,000. First divided 50-50, 5,000, 5,000. So when females are more than 5,000 and males are less than 5,000. Ideally, if they are 5,000, 5,000, it will be 1. है ना? So females are more than 5,000 or males are less than 5,000. 500 के terms में answer नहीं करना है. We will not answer in terms of 500. We will answer in terms of 5,000 because the population is 10,000. 10,000 का आधा होता है 5,000. So 5,000, 5,000. है ना? So answer will be from these two. But what is the correct? Males are less than female or females are less than males? What is the correct answer? Males are less than female. The correct answer is C. How many of you got it? Yes, Shivangi. है ना? Males are less than 50% of the population and females are more than 50% of the population. It means that. It's a tricky question. I guess easy one. Everyone got it. Anyone having any trouble here? Can we go ahead? The next is the dependency ratio. What is the next thing? The next is the dependency ratio. What is dependency ratio? Let me tell you. I told you below 15 years, people don't earn. They are child. And above 65 years also, people don't earn. They are senior citizen. Who is the working population? 15 to 65. So these two are dependent on this population. The children are also dependent. The parents are also dependent. This is the working population. है ना? So dependency ratio में numerator, again it's a ratio. Dependency ratio is a ratio. There is a numerator and denominator. They are not related to each other. So numerator is the all population less than 15 plus more than 65. This is numerator. And the denominator is 15 to 65. So numerator is not a part of denominator. The children and old are in the numerator and the young are in the denominator. So this is, you can say dependency ratio is non-working upon working population. Non-working population upon working population. You can say that also. Or else, in other words, you can say dependent upon non-dependent population. That also is good to say. So whatever you say, answer is same. Dependency ratio, you say this, or you say this. The meaning is same. How many of you got it? Dependency ratio. Dependency ratio, how many of you got it? What is the numerator? The population less than 15 and population more than 65. What is the denominator? Population between 15 to 65. So this is dependency ratio. So that is non-working upon working. That is dependent upon non-dependent. Say something, say people respond. So this is dependency ratio, dependent upon non-dependent. So numerator is not a part of denominator. They are two different entities. That's why it's a ratio. Everyone is comfortable. So you can see the formula is in front of you. This is the formula of dependency ratio. See the numerator, population less than 15 plus more than 65. See the denominator, population between 15 to 65. That is dependency ratio. So can I say it is a ratio of economically dependent population to economically productive population? Yes, the dependent upon productive. Can I say it's a non-earning population upon earning population? Yes, that is also good. So this is known as dependency ratio. Okay. So either you say less than 15 plus more than 65 upon 15 to 65, or you say non-earning upon earning, or you say dependent upon non-dependent, or you say working upon non-working. I'm sorry, non-working upon working. You got it. The meaning is same. A question ye aa jaye, ye aa jaye, ye aa jaye, ye aa jaye, the meaning is same. They all are dependency ratio. Okay, you got it. Okay, so that is the thing. Read the question, tell me the answer. In calculating dependency ratio, what is the numerator? Tell me the numerator. Is it population less than 10 and more than 60? Less than 15 and more than 60? Less than 10 and more than 65? Less than 15 and more than 65? What is the correct answer? I told you. Yes. B. Chirag. No, not at all. What is the correct answer? No, Sriniket, not B. Aditi, not B. B is not the answer. I'm saying 15 and 65 again and again. No, you see, I'm saying 15, 65. Highlight 15 and 65. Why you got confused? In India, the age of retirement is also increased now. Anna. So initially it was 60 and now it's 62 or 63. In some states it's different. So up to 65 the population is working. We consider that. So don't say 60, say 65. Nowadays the age of retirement is also increased. You learn like that. So less than 15, more than 65. Say yes. So don't get confused. You got confused between 60, I guess, many students. So don't confuse. It's 65 to be specific. So learn 15 and 65. So answer is D. Everyone got it? Everyone got it? Can we go ahead now? Read the question and tell me the answer. In a community, 30% of the population is below 15 years. Okay, below 15 years, how much population? 30%. And 10% of the population is above 65 years. Above 60. What is the dependency ratio? Can you calculate please for me? Okay, I will do it. What is dependency ratio? The numerator is 30 plus 10. है ना? Less than 15, more than 65. Upon the remaining population क्या है? 15 to 65 तो दी ही नहीं है. But obviously it's 60 ना. Total population is 100. Total population is always 100. So 30 plus 10, 40. So obviously the remaining one, 61 is the working population. So I will say 40 upon 60. So I will say 4 upon 6 into 100. 4 upon 6 into 100. So 4 upon 6 into 100 is 66%. 4 upon 6 into 100. You can do the calculation. It will be 66. It will be 66. Yes, yes, yes. You all are right. Very good. So correct answer. You can do the calculation. The correct answer is 66.6. Everyone got it? This is how you get simple questions in your exam. Hai very, very simple questions. The next is the literacy rate. I guess on day one only I taught you what is a literate people. Who is literate? To whom you will call literate. Who is a literate for me? Any person in this world, any person who can read, write, and understand one language, at least one language. That person is literate for me. Reading only is not possible. I mean, reading only is not considered. There are many people in India who can read but not write. I will consider them illiterate. The one person who should read, write, and understand at least one language. I know, but kids do not understand one language. Kids up to 7 years, they are in learning phase. No, they don't understand. They don't read, write, and understand. So it's not good to call the kids as illiterate. I know my kid is not illiterate. He's learning. I will say he's learning. He's not illiterate. So I will consider only the population who is more than 7 years. Less than 7 years we are excluding. Hai this is a recent we have modified the definition recently. Initially we have not modified, लेकिन बाद में हमने सोचा कि बच्चों को illiterate बोलना तो अच्छा नहीं है. My kid is illiterate, anyone's kid is illiterate. This is not good thing. They are learning. That is a better way to say. So exclude the population up to 7 years. After 7 years, if someone can read, write, and understand a language, that's literate. The one who cannot read, cannot write, or understand at least one language is illiterate after 7 years. So the same thing is given. So any person who can read and write and understand any one language in India, can be any language, Hindi, English, Punjabi, Urdu, any language will work. And who is more than 7 years. The definition is modified in 2001. Before that, we don't take this 7 years. It is modified. So Government of India has made compulsory free education till the age of 14 years. Government is giving free education to all the children. Free, compulsory free education in all government schools up to the age of 14 years. Okay, got my point? So anyone who merely read and do not write is considered as illiterate. It is not literate. It will considered as illiterate. Got my point? Got my point? So what is literacy rate? What is literacy rate? You tell me. Literate to samajh gaya. So out of the total, don't take now mid-year population. Take the population who is more than 7 years as denominator. I cannot take complete mid-year population. From that population, how many person can read, write, and understand? That is known as literacy rate. Say yes, this is the definition of literacy rate. So numerator is the part of denominator and the multiplier is 1000. It's a rate. It's a rate. So out of the total population who is more than 7 years, how many person are literate? How many can read, write, and understand one language? And more than 7 years. And multiplier is, I'm sorry, it's proportion. It's not rate. It's my mistake. The multiplier is 100, not 1000. I'm sorry. It's in percentage. Okay, so that is known as literacy rate. Initially, it was crude. We don't include 7 year. But later on, after 2001, we use effective literacy rate. Effective matlab we include the 7 year wala funda. I told you the funda of 7 year. So can you tell me the formula of effective literacy rate? What is the formula of effective literacy rate? What is the numerator? What is the denominator? What is the multiplier? Everything you have to tell me numerator, denominator, multiplier. First tell me denominator. Shall I take mid-year population? No. The population who is more than 7 years. That is a better term. What is the numerator? Out of this population, how many people are literate? I mean, they can read, write, and understand one language, and they are also more than 7 years. है ना? 7 years से नीचे अगर कोई super genius kid है who can read, write, and understand, I will not consider it here. The age is important. Okay, maybe my kid is only 2 years. Okay, but he can read, write, and understand one language. He's super genius. But I will not consider that here because the age is important. More than 7 years only we will consider. The numerator also, the denominator also. And the multiplier here is 100. It's a proportion. Yes, I said, na, Sheikh, it's a proportion. Okay, it's a proportion. Okay. Every year, International Literacy Rate Day is celebrated on 8th September. Hana, please remember. Hana, in India, no, not in India, the threshold level of literacy for every country is 75. At least 75% of the population should be literate. At least out of 100, the 75% of the population can read, write, and understand one language. This is the threshold. For India, the current values are these. Overall in India, 77%. It's above threshold, thankfully. Anna, overall is above threshold. It's above 75. 77% of the population is literate. But males are literate more and females are less. Anna, males are nearly 84% and females are only 70. So females are below threshold. Anna, so that is the thing. Highest is in Kerala. It's in 90s. Highest literacy rate. It is in 90s. And lowest is in Andhra Pradesh. Lowest is in Andhra Pradesh. These are the updated 2022 guidelines. I'm telling you. After that, if some more update is there, I don't know. But these are the latest guidelines given everywhere in the books. So highest is in Kerala. The lowest is in Andhra Pradesh. How many of you got it? How many of you got it? Can we go ahead? Huh? Can we go ahead? Okay. So don't take this multiplier too seriously, Shivangi. Dependency ratio is a ratio because numerator and denominator, these are not related to each other. So in proportion, Shivangi, in proportion, I told you multiplier is okay, but leave multiplier apart. Proportion means numerator should be a part of denominator. Shivangi is asking what is dependency ratio? Is it a ratio or proportion? So what is the formula of dependency ratio? You tell me. You tell me. Less than 15 plus more than 65 upon 15 to 65. So numerator is no way a part of denominator. They are two separate entities. So I agree. The multiplier is there. 100 is there. 1000 is there. Whatever. But it's a ratio. So the main thing you have to see numerator or denominator, whether they are part of each other or not a part of each other. If they are not at all related to each other, call it a ratio. But here the numerator is a part of denominator now, so I will call it a proportion. Better to call it a proportion, not ratio, because multiplier is also there. Got it, Shivangi? You got it? Anyone having any trouble in understanding? Any other problem? Anyone? So this is the literacy rate. अब literacy rate की बात निकली ही है, तो let me tell you Indian government schemes for literacy. The Indian government running many schemes for the literacy, like Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. It was started in 2001. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, if you understand Hindi. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. It means all the children who are 16 to 14, 6 to 14 years of age group, है ना, they can attend the school and complete 8 years of education. By the year of 2010, it was launched in 2001. है ना? उसके अलावा district primary education program is there. Till now in India, there are 1,60,000 government schools in which free education is given to the children. All the children who are aged 6 to 14, free education is given to them. Midday meal program, I already explained you, in which we provide food in school to increase the attendance. I told you, huh? So I told you it is also run by Ministry of Education. है ना? So to increase the attendance, we provide food. I told you the criteria also. The food should provide 1/3 of the calorie, half of the protein. It should be simple food. It should be changing menu. I guess I taught you. That is the thing. And the National Literacy Mission was launched in 1988, aims to attain literacy rate of 75 by the 2007. That we have already achieved. Our literacy rate in India is now more than 75%. It's 77. So we have already crossed the threshold. But in females, it's less. If you see the overall average, we have crossed the threshold. But overall threshold is for male and female. Female may it's still less. Got it? So read the question, tell me the answer. Read the question, tell me the answer. The denominator used for calculating literacy rate in India after 2001. Is it mid-year population? Is it population 7 years or more? Is it school-going population, or is it population of 18 years or more? I guess everyone can answer. Very easy question. You get such easy questions from PSM. So the correct answer is population 7 years or more. Correct answer is B. The population 7 years or more. Okay. The next question. Effective literacy rate is calculated from. So again, the same question in a different language. Those above 7 years of age, those who have completed 10 years of schooling, those who have completed 15 years of schooling, or total population. Literacy rate. For effective literacy rate, what we use? Of course, the same question with a different language, I guess. You all can answer. So we use the population who is more than 7 years, not the mid-year population. nothing related to schooling. है ना? So if you don't know it now, you can confuse the literacy rate with schooling in exam, but don't get confused. So the correct answer is A. How many of you got it? Can we go ahead? Read the next question, solve it. Please solve it. There is a community, total population is 10,000. Okay, total population is 10,000. Children from 0 to 6 is 2,000. From this 2,000, less than 7 is 2,000. है ना? Total population is 10,000. Okay, and less than 7 year is 2,000. Okay, literate person more than 7 years are 4,000. And among the 10,000, this is the population less than 7, and 4,000 are literate. What is the effective literacy rate? What is the formula? What is the formula? Effective literacy rate. Tell me the numerator, tell me the denominator. Denominator is the population more than 7 year. So total population is 10,000. उसमें से 2,000 is less than 7 year. So I will take the denominator as 8,000. है ना? 8,000 is more than 7 year, obviously. And in the numerator, I will take the literate person who are more than 7 years. That's 4,000. है ना? And I will multiply it with 100. So 1,000 cancel. It will be 1 by 2. Answer is 50. And you all are right. Answer is not A, Elizabeth. Answer is 50. How you have calculated A? There is some mistake you have done. Have you got it? Anyone having any trouble? Please write your doubt specifically. Ma'am, this is a doubt. Or you want me to repeat a topic? Write on repeat. You got it, everyone? Why the answer is 50? Answer is not A. Answer is 50. How we got it? Everyone got it? Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead? Okay. So this is how you get simple questions in the exam. Okay, G? Anyone having any doubt? Okay, got it. So coming on the next topic. The next topic is the life expectancy. Life expectancy. What is expectancy? It's not reality. It's expectancy. We are expecting. Hana, it's not reality. The average number of years which a person of that age expected to live alive. If we apply the current mortality of the country in which he is living on that. Hana, just suppose today a newborn is born in India. Hana, take any country. I will always be interested in India. Okay. So today a newborn is born in India. So I am expecting how many years the newborn will survive on the earth if I apply current mortality of India on him, and I assume that the newborn will live the entire life in India only. Maybe he grows up for higher education, he moved to some other country, he moved to US. So everything will change in reality. But I'm expecting if the newborn will live in India only, how many more years he is going to alive on earth, on India, if we apply current mortality of India on him. That is an expectation. It's not reality. And it is one of the best indicator of country's level of development and overall health status. So if you want to switch the country, compare the life expectancy of multiple countries. The country which is having maximum life expectancy, it means the health status in that country is very good. People are not dying or dying very late. It means the doctors are good, healthcare service is good there. So it is one of the best indicators. That is life expectancy. How many of you got it? In India, currently for males it's only 68 years average I'm seeing, and females it's 71. So females overall survive a little bit longer than males. This is the life expectancy of male and female in India. Maximum is in Japan. It is 82 and 86. Again, there also females survive longer, but it is in 80s. In India, not the maximum, it is an expectation. Some survive till 100 years also. Some die only in 50 also. I'm talking about the average expectancy. So this is the average expectancy. Everyone learn the figures. Okay. So maximum is in Japan. Learn that. Okay. Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead? So I taught you many things till now. I started my chapter today from the death rate, birth rate and death rate. Crude birth rate, crude death rate. I taught you sex ratio. I taught you dependency ratio. I taught you density. I taught you what else? Pyramid, population pyramid. Okay. What just now I taught you many things one by one. Literacy rate I taught you. Okay. I taught you life expectancy. So related to that, all the things, the definition, the formula, you know the formula of all of them, I guess. You know the important points related to all of them. We have solved the questions also. You know the values also. So do you know the latest values of all of them? I told you. For birth rate, I told you it's 19.7 actually. Death rate, I told you it's 6. These are the latest values. Sex ratio, I told you. The latest one is written in that table. So you have to read the values, but from where we are getting the values? What is the source? Who tell us? What is the source? So let me tell you the sources of demographic information in India. Who is giving the demographic information to us? Is there any committee? Who is giving? There are 4 sources. So the first source is SRS. I have given you a table which I asked you to read it and learn the values. So that was latest SRS table I have given you. 2021 ka SRS table ke according I have given you the values. है ना? So there is SRS, है ना? That is sample registration system. I will explain. The second is CRS, civil registration system. The third is the census. Every 10 years it is done. And now last is National Family Health Survey, NFHS, National Family Health Survey. So these are the four sources from which we get the numbers, the values, that what is the birth rate of India, death rate of India. Who is going to tell us? It keep on changing now. So we have to be updated. Okay, so let's start the four sources one by one. How many people are with me? So let me tell you the sources. The first source is SRS, Sample Registration System. Okay, so it is a dual record system. What do you mean by that? There is a field investigator. There is a retrospective survey independent. Let me tell you. Continuous enumeration of the birth and death by the enumerator. There is a field investigator. It's an active system. You know, there are a group of committee of people. They go door to door. In the complete India, this is complete India. We will allot them the areas, the cities and the areas. We will allot them, and we will send the persons. The person will go home to home and door to door, and they will ask you any death in the last year, any birth in your. देखा होगा ना घर पे कभी कभी कोई लोग आते हैं. They are the government. They are the employees of the government only. है ना? Through government they are coming. They are not anyone who is taking the data private. है ना? So for the government they are taking the data. For government records they are taking, and they will ask in your home there is any death last year, any birth last year. They will ask you everything like that. So that is the field investigator. That is done by the enumerators. है ना? Door to door it is done. है ना? And retrospectively every 6 year there is a supervisor. है ना? वो कहीं पे जाके क्रॉस चेक करेगा, है ना? All the data the enumerators are calculating here, and they will present it to the supervisor. Now, how the supervisor becomes sure that all the data is collected is correct? He will do every 6 months a cross check anywhere, and he will check whatever data provided by the enumerator it is correct or not. So that is done by the supervisor. Independent retrospective survey every 6 months by the supervisor, investigator or supervisor. Say yes. So it's a dual system. We are cross checking also. It's a dual system. Say yes. It was started in 1965 the first time. So it will take two data, fertility and mortality. So people will come to you, to your home, and they will ask you any death or any birth. It keep on constantly changing. Constantly they keep on doing every year. Okay. So the primary object, the most probable cause of the death, and main object is birth rate, death rate, and infant mortality rate. So these are the data they collect. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. That is the thing. The second one is the CRS, civil registration system, in which we will not go to ask door to door that do you have any birth or do you have any death at your home. People have to come to the government office and they have to register the birth and death. Now, anyone having a birth at their home, newborn birth, and anyone having any death at their home, they have to go and register the birth and death. And they have to make a birth certificate and death certificate. So people, it's not, we are not going actively. The people are coming to us. It's a passive system. The government, the employees will not go door to door. The people will come to the government hospital and government offices, and they will do the registration of the birth and the death. The birth must be registered within 21 days. The death must be registered within 21 days. And marriages must be registered within 30 days. It varies from area to area, but in India, most of the places it's 30 days. After that also it is done, but penalty is there. After that, the penalty is there. Initially, before that, the birth must be registered within 14 days and death within 7 days. We do not follow these guidelines. The new guidelines you have to learn. Birth and death both 21. Initially, birth was 14 and death is 7. So you will get one of the option like that. But this is the old guideline. Don't learn that. New birth and death should be registered within 21 days. Where to register? There is a website you can do the registration by own. The name of the website is Birth and Death Registration website is there. So it is under Birth and Death Registration Act 1969. And it is compulsory. It is known as CRS. How many of you got it? If after 21 days up to 30 days birth and death are registered, late fee is there, penalty is there. And after 30 days till 1 year, if someone is doing registration, along with the penalty, written permission from the district registrar, affidavit is required. And after 1 year, the late fee to lagega hi lagega. The order will be required from executive magistrate. Affidavit and the permission is required. Then only birth and death certificate can be made. Up to 21 days, it's free. There is no fees, it's free. Got it? Birth and death certificate. That is CRS. Okay, CRS. Now the third is the census. Till now I taught you two. SRS, CRS. I told you SRS is active system in which we have two people. We have enumerator, we have supervisor. So enumerator go door to door and take the data. any birth, any death, any birth. Supervisor come every 6 months and cross check whatever the enumerator have done. So can I say it's a dual system? Yes, it's a dual system. Second, I taught you CRS. This is a passive system in which we are not going to people. People are coming to us. They will register their birth, death, and marriage. So birth must be registered between 21 days. Death must be registered up to 21 days. Both are 21. And marriages must be registered up to 30 days. After that, there is penalty, and the order from the district magistrar or executive magistrate is required. How many of you got it? React people got it. And the third one is the census. I guess everyone knows census. Census done every 10 years. So that is decennial. Decennial means every 10 years. The first census started in 1881. It's not 1981. 1881. Already 100 years are passed. 10 times तो हो ही गए till 1981. 1981 के बाद भी 2023 we are there, है ना? So many times census are done. The last census, latest is done in 2021. This is the latest one, है ना? So what is census? Census कैसे करते हैं? Do you know the process? In census, what is mid-year population? What is mid-year population? We take the population on 1st July, 0000, snapshot, है ना? 1st जुलाई को रात को 12 बजे जो पॉपुलेशन है उससे 1 सेकंड पहले नहीं, उससे 1 सेकंड बाद में नहीं, उस सेकंड पे whatever is the population we consider mid-year population of that year. Say yes, say yes. Census is taken on 1st March. 1st March, not on 1st July. 1st March 0000. The snapshot. The snapshot is known as census. है ना? 1st March. 1st March को please learn. So 1st March 0000 hours, यानी 12 a.m. in the night. So that is the snapshot of the population. Not before that, not after that. That is census. So you will say, ma'am, how you will do that in 1 second at 0000? So how you will calculate the birth and the death throughout the country at one time? How you will do that? Practically, how you do that? So we have a team. Before the census start in January or February only, we will make a team that will go door to door throughout the country. We will allot them areas. You go in Delhi, you go in Indore, you go in Mumbai, and area wise also we will divide them. They will go to door and they will do the collection, compilation, publication of all the data, all the important data. है ना? Door to door collection they will do. है ना? So that is the thing they will do. And just I will tell you from up to first in the and they will compile all the data by February. By the end of the February, by 28th February, they will compile everything. All the data is collected. है ना? Now, on 1st March, whatever data we are having at 28th, we will release that. You will say, ma'am, just suppose at my home, some persons are coming on January, 15 January, they are coming. है ना? And they are asking any birth, any death. I'm saying yes, whatever. And you are releasing my data, which I have said on 15 January. You are releasing it on 1st March. So what if any death or birth occur between that? Hana, someone came to my home and I have given the data, but after that some death occur in someone's home, some birth occurs, so that will be missed. Hana. So from 1st to 5th March, again the same team will go to again door to door, and they will ask only 2 questions: any birth after that, any death after that. We visited last month also, but हमारे आने के बाद कोई birth या death हुआ है क्या? तब तो आपने पूरा लिखवाया, वो तो लिखा हुआ है, कोई extra finding है तो वो बताओ. So that can be considered like this. Got it? So this is how we take the snapshot. Say yes. Got it? Say yes. So this is census done every 10 years. The latest one is 2021. The latest one. Who do the census? Who is the in charge? The Census Commissioner of India. There is a commissioner, Census Commissioner of India, the overall in charge, the supreme officer of the census. It is every 10 years. It is under the Census Act 1948. है ना? And it is under the Ministry of Home Affairs. It is under the Ministry of Home Affairs. है ना? So that is the Census Commissioner. That's it. है ना? First time in 2021 census, not 2021, in 2011 census, a new unique thing happened. 2011, पिछले वाले census में, इसमें नहीं, इससे पहले वाले census में, the biometry. Are you aware about the biometry? First time we have included biometry in the census. है ना? So the Aadhaar is linked. You got my point? So everyone, all the 10 fingers, the fingerprints are there. है ना? Iris is scanned. Okay, national population register is maintained, and unique identification number, that is Aadhaar card, including UID of every person is given, and there should be a photograph. So that should be in the records with the government. And the government is having records of complete population. I guess every one of us is having a UID. Every one of us having an Aadhaar card. There is a number on that. That is our UID with the government. every one of us have the photograph given there in the biometry. So our photograph, our 10 fingerprints, iris scan, everything is with the government in the record. So first time we have done biometry in 2011 census. After that 2021 ka ho gaya. This is the logo of census. You can see the people are drawn and ye ghar to ghar, home to home hum kar rahe hain. You can see home to home the people are there and we are counting them. So that is biometry. That is census. How many of you got it? So that is census. So I told you till now 3 systems of collection of data. SRS, which is dual system, in which we have 2 people, enumerator and supervisor and investigator. So enumerator do constant work, supervisor come every 6 months and cross check. That is a dual system. And it is an active system where the government people are going home to home, door to door and collecting data. The second is CRS. It's a passive system. We don't go. People come and do the registration, birth registration, death registration, marriage registration. The third is census, done every 10 years. This is every 10 years. Okay. The next is National Family Health Survey, the last one. The National Family Health Survey. And the nodal agency of that is Indian Institute of Population Studies in Mumbai. It is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. This is the ministry. And here till now only 17 states and 5 union territory are covered. Other states and union territory is still going and it is delayed due to COVID. So that is the thing. Okay, so here also it's okay. Don't go in the questionnaire and all. Don't go in that. That's it. So learn the 4 systems. Read the question, tell me the answer. Birth must be registered within how many days? Fast, people, fast. Birth must be registered within how many days? 7 day, 14 day, 21 day or 1 month? Very commonly asked question. Yes, within 21 days. You all are right. I'm changing the question. Instead of birth, I'm asking death. What is your answer now? What is your answer now? Death must be registered. Still answer is same. Birth and death both are registered within 21 days. Don't follow the old guidelines 7 and 14. It's gone. Don't follow. So both of them are 21 nowadays. It's same. Yes. Census is the reference to which date? Is it on 1st March, 1st July, 30th June, or 1st January? I told you census is done when? It is the snapshot. The snapshot of the population at what point? At what date? I'm asking. Yes? What is the correct answer? Yes. So it's 1st March. Very good. And if I change the census to mid-year population, what is your answer now? From the same four options, what is your answer now? In that case, mid-year population is in reference to, yes. In that case, answer will become 1st July. And both of them are the snapshot at 0000. Got it? So please read the question very carefully. The next question, SRS is done. Sample registration every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months or 12 months. SRS, the dual system. The dual system. Every 6 months, the supervisor come and cross-check and releases the data. And every 6 months. It is not once a year. Census is every 10 years. And SRS is every 6 months. And CRS, okay, I taught you SRS, it's every 6 months. I taught you CRS, it's continuous. It's a passive system. People continuously register birth and death. And the third one, census, it's every 10 years. So you have to see the frequency also. Okay, so that is the thing. So coming on the next, fertility. We are done. We are done with demography. Now I will tell you the fertility indicators, and immediately after fertility indicators, we will be moving on contraception. Can I start the fertility? Are you people there? Respond. Can I start fertility? What is fertility? The actual bearing of the children. How many children are there to any family, to any couple? That is the fertility of that couple. So fertile period in female is 15 to 45. The males are always fertile. After puberty, of course, after 15 years, till death. But females are fertile till 15 to 45 or 50 till menopause. So this is the menarche, this is the menopause. So in a female's life, the 30 or 35 years of fertility is there. We all know that. Okay, so let me tell you the indicators of fertility. In short, you see, don't just take it too seriously. Just see the formula of all of them. I will tell you marriage rate, the 2 type of marriage rate, crude marriage rate, general marriage rate. I will tell you crude birth rate, you already know. General fertility rate, general marital fertility rate, age specific marital fertility rate. Please understand the meaning of that. These are the indicators of fertility. These are not very important. They will not ask you such things in the exam, but you should know. What is marriage rate? Let's start with marriage rate, the crude marriage rate. This is the formula. Look at the formula. The denominator is the mid-year population. The numerator is the number of marriages in a year. So total population, may say how many marriages are taking place in a year in 2000 is the crude marriage rate. Crude marriage rate. It's crude. है ना? But we are not taking crude. Let's specify it into general marriage rate. Now, in the mid-year population, everyone will not do the marriage. The marriage is done only the unmarried person will marry. Of course, married person will not remarry. It's a crime, है ना? So unmarried person of 15 to 50 years, better is the denominator. Instead of mid-year population, you take the denominator of unmarried person who are in fertile age, that is 15 to 50. The numerator is same. Then instead of crude, it will become general marriage rate. Got it? What is crude marriage rate? What is general marriage rate? Can you tell me? The multiplier in both of them is 1000. There is no problem in that. Anna, the numerator is both of them is same. The number of marriages in 1 year. The number of marriages in 1 year. The denominator, it matters. Here the denominator is mid-year population. From the mid-year population, how many people are getting married? Here the denominator is unmarried population. Unmarried population which is in fertile age group. That is 15 to 50. From that, how many are married? So of course, this is a better indicator as compared to crude. How many of you agree with me? How many of you agree with me? So this is marriage rate. And now question aaj tak to nahi aaya. In India, the mean age of females of marriage is 22.3 years. Mean age on an average. है ना? Crude birth rate you already know. है ना? You already know. The denominator is mid-year population. The numerator is number of live birth. I have told you. है ना? The next is the fertility rate. General fertility rate. What is general fertility rate? है ना? I will write all the formulas at one place. Please understand. General fertility rate, the denominator is all the population, all the female population, which is 15 to 50 years. Female population which is 15 to 50 years, उसमें से number of live birth, the number of live birth, the number of live birth, the denominator is the female because birth is given only by female, not by the male. So no need to take complete population. Take only female population. Only females can become pregnant. The males cannot be pregnant. So no use to take complete population in the denominator. Take only female population, that too fertile. Before 15, female cannot give the birth. After 50, female cannot give the birth. So female between 15 to 50 can give the birth. So that is the specific denominator. Hana, and the numerator is the number of live birth. Hana, so that is general fertility rate. Got it? The next is age specific fertility rate. हम अलग-अलग ले सकते हैं ना पूरे इसकी जगह. Let me write. Hana, so let me write crude marriage rate. Let me write general marriage rate. Let me write general fertility rate, and let me write age specific fertility rate. I will write the formula of all four for you. The multiplier in all of them is 1000. I'm not interested in multiplier. Hana? It's all of them have 1000 as a multiplier. They all are rate. Okay? So see the denominator here. The denominator here is mid-year population. And how many people are getting married is the numerator. Numerator is a part of denominator. Here the denominator is not mid-year population. Hana? Only the population which is unmarried. And that too between 15 to 45. 15 to 45 or 50. Whatever you say. Hana? So that is among them how many get married. So this is the marriage rate, marriage. Hana, how many get married? You can say how many get married. This is marriage rate. This one is crude, this one is general. Say yes, respond. Keep on responding, yaar. It become monotonous for me. Please, Hana, keep me engaging. Keep talking. Okay. The next, fertility rate. Who is fertile? Male is a fertile. Fertility to theek hai. Who become pregnant, I mean. The pregnancy is only in females. So here in both of them, I will take the denominator only female population, not complete mid-year population. Only the female population which is 15 to 50 years of age. Here also only the female population which is 15 to 50 years of age. I will not take complete population because males cannot be pregnant. Out of these females, how many live birth take place? है ना? Total मैंने 15 to 50 पूरा ले लिया. So it is general fertility rate. And age specific, I will not take complete 15 to 50. I will take them in groups. 15 to 20 में क्या आंसर है? Live birth. Numerator is live birth. फिर I will take 20 to 25 में क्या है? 25 to 30 में क्या है? So here it is more specific कि maximum fertility is in 25 to 30 or 20 to 30 is the maximum fertility. Got it? So this is age specific. उसको हम split करेंगे every 5 years में denominator. Got it? So this is the 4 things I told you. This is more precise. So these are the fertility indicators. Read the question and tell me the answer. What is the denominator of general fertility rate? General fertility rate, GFR. General fertility rate. Is it live birth? Is it mid-year population? Is it the female who are 15 to 45 years of age group from the mid-year population? Or is it married female from 15 to 45 years of age group? Think before you say. Think twice before you say. Let me warn you. Yes. So you all are right. You all are right. Yes. So it is the reproductive age female who are 15 to 45. It is not necessarily married because unmarried female can also give birth. It is not necessary. Okay, so correct answer is C. Okay, it is not necessary to take only married females. Okay जी, so correct answer is C. I told you, है ना? So this is the thing. Okay, let's go ahead. So let me tell you the thing on which questions are asked. इस पे कोई questions नहीं आते हैं. Let me tell you the thing on which many questions are asked. Many questions are asked. Very important thing. Very important. Listen, I'm going to teach you 4 things now, back to back. 4 things. NRR, GRR. Next is TFR. है ना? Total fertility rate. TFR and replacement level. है ना? Say the full form. What is NRR? Net reproduction rate. What is GRR? Gross reproduction rate. So what is the difference between net and gross? Net reproduction rate क्या होता है? Gross reproduction rate क्या होता है? Total fertility rate क्या होता है? और replacement level क्या होता है? It's very easy. नाम में ही उसका meaning है. The meaning is hidden in the name itself. बस you concentrate. Listen everyone here. So I will take 3 things. NRR, GRR and TFR one by one. You see the full form of all 3. Can you please say the full form to me? What is NRR? Net reproduction rate. What is GRR? Gross reproduction rate. And what is TFR? Total fertility rate. Listen. Today, a newborn girl child is born. Imagine someone is having a daughter today. A newborn girl is born today. Imagine somewhere in the India. Here also a newborn girl is born. Here also a newborn girl is born today, not boy. I'm not saying the boy child. A girl child is born today to someone in someone's home. There is a daughter who is born. Hana, today, imagine. So one day she will grow up. One day she will also get married. And after getting married, she will also have children. She will also reproduce one day. So we are expecting, number one, we are expecting, it's not reality. In future, how many daughters she will give birth? Daughters. How many daughters she will give birth in future? Here also we are saying how many daughters she will give birth in future. If we apply current fertility of India on her, if she is residing in India only, and current mortality also. Here we are applying only fertility, not mortality. Got it? So basically NRR and GRR are same. The only difference between NRR and GRR, in NRR we consider mortality also. In GRR we don't consider mortality, we take only fertility. Got it? Every country have a unique fertility pattern. In India, what is the fertility we say? So that fertility, if we are applying on this newborn girl, so we are expecting, number one, it's not reality. I'm expecting how many daughters she will give birth in future. She will grow up, of course. She will also get married. She will also reproduce. So how many daughters? She's a daughter. How many daughters she will give birth in future? That is the NRR. Hana, but there is no one immortal. Na? She will also die. Hana, today she is born, but one day everyone has to die. She will also die. So I'm applying mortality also. Hana, so I'm applying fertility as well as mortality. Here I'm applying only fertility. I'm considering the girl is immortal. So this is wrong. So technically NRR is a better indicator than GRR. Say yes, respond, people respond. There is no other way I can teach. This is the simplest one. No one will teach you like this. Respond. Got it? Got it. Ideally, one girl should replace one. Every girl should give birth to one daughter so that when she die, she has already replicated herself by her daughter. This is the theory. Because it is only the girls, I mean only the females who run the world. Because only females can become pregnant. If there is a world of only males, so the world is going to extinct. Because males cannot be pregnant. They cannot be pregnant. They cannot carry the world ahead. So if we want to carry the world ahead, the population ahead, it should be the only female who get the pregnant. It is the female. So one female should replace one. It is known as replacement level. This is known as replacement level. One female should replace one. Ideally, I want NRR to be 1. In India, it's not 1. It's more than 1. So one female is replacing more than one female. It's nearly 1.2, 1.3 something, but not 1. I want GRR also 1. I want one female should replace one. So basically NRR and GRR are same, almost same. The only difference is the mortality, which is considered in NRR, not GRR. Can you please define NRR and GRR? So it is the expectation that a newborn girl will give birth to how many daughters in future. If we apply current fertility pattern of the country on her, it's GRR. If we apply fertility and mortality, both the indicators on that newborn, that is NRR. How many of you got it? This is the thing. And third thing, again, I take a newborn girl. So again, I'm expecting in future how many total children she will have, not only daughters. Total children, maybe daughter, maybe son. If we apply only current fertility pattern of India on her. So this is total fertility rate. The name itself indicates it's total. total fertility rate. And now see the difference between the three. So here only daughters, and here total children. We want TFR to be 2. है ना? I want in every couple there should be one son, one daughter, ideally. And this is an ideal situation. But some people have 2 daughters, some have 2 sons. So I want average of the country of billions of people. I want average of the country. Every couple should have 1 daughter, 1 son. So before they die, the couple is dying, the husband and the wife. They have already replicated them, 1 son, 1 daughter, and they will carry ahead. है ना? This is how. This is known as replacement level. So replacement level may I want TFR is 2 and GRR is 1 and NRR is 1. So can I say NRR and GRR are half of TFR? Yes. So this is correct. NRR and GRR are half of TFR. Please learn their values. This is the ideal situation we want. We have not reached it. We want this to achieve. That is our replacement level, but we have not yet achieved it. Got it? Yes, of course, Elizabeth, we will consider only girl child here. Okay, in NRR and GRR, we are considering daughters. Hana? And here I am considering total child. Got it? How many of you got it? Tirupati, GRR is a newborn girl will give birth to how many daughters in future if we apply only fertility on her. That is the GRR. How many of you got it? Anyone having any trouble? Please ask it. Got it, Tirupati? So NRR and GRR are same. There is a newborn girl today. There is a newborn girl born today in India. Imagine, there is a newborn girl born today in India. So in future, how many daughters she will give birth? How many daughters she will give birth? In future, she will grow up. She will also get married. She will also become fertile. She will also have children. So among the children, how many daughters she will have? If I am applying current fertility rate on her, and if I am applying along with the fertility mortality also. So if I am saying only fertility, it's GRR. And if I am saying along with fertility mortality also, it's NRR. If you got, it's good. If you didn't got, learn that. So that is the 3 things or 4 things I taught you. I taught you, I want NRR to be 1. I want GRR to be 1. I want TFR to be 2. So can I say TFR? No. Can I say NRR or GRR is equal to half of TFR? Can I say that? That is, I want the value here is 1 and I want half of 2 is 1. Say yes. I want this value to be 2. I want this value to be 1. Say yes. People say yes. So the same thing is written. Read the definitions now. What is NRR and which is better? NRR is better or GRR? So NRR is a better indicator because it is considering mortality also. Okay. Yes, Aditya, TFR is 1 son, 1 daughter. Ideally, TFR should be 2. Means it's not 1 son, 1 daughter. Ideally, every couple should have 2 children. Hum do, hamare do. Not more than that. So everyone is replacing themselves. Ideally, it should be 1 son, 1 daughter. That is the ideal situation. Okay. So what is NRR? It is a number of daughters a newborn girl is expected in future in her lifetime she will have. If we are applying fertility and mortality indicators on her. So a newborn girl will have how many daughters in future? If we apply fertility, mortality both. Got it? We want NRR to be 1. Okay. Here we are considering mortality. And it is a very significant indicator of fertility. GRR is same. It is how many daughters a newborn girl will have in future. If we apply only fertility, no mortality. We are neglecting mortality here. So it's not very good indicator. What is TFR? The average number of total children a female will have in her entire life. That is total fertility. I want this to be 2. So can I say GRR and NRR is half of TFR? I want this one, and this to be 2. So half of 2 is 1. How many of you got it, people? Otherwise, say something. So what is replacement level? Replacement level, TFR at which the newborn girls would have exactly 1 daughter in their lifetime. 1 girl replaced by 1 daughter. 1 girl. So every girl should give birth to 1 daughter. That is replacing her. So that is known as replacement level. At that time, I will consider the replacement level is achieved. Got it? Everyone got it, right? Now, I want NRR 1. No? I want every girl should have 1 daughter. I want GRR also 1. Again, every girl should have 1 daughter. Here I have considered mortality. Here I have not considered no mortality. I want TFR to be 2. Every girl should have 2 children. 1 daughter, 1 son. This is the ideal situation I am considering. When it will be achieved? Currently, it's not the situation. In India, it's more than 1, it's more than 1, it's more than 2. I want make the ideal situation, the replacement level. So if you want the replacement level to achieve, क्या करना पड़ेगा? You want replacement level. Replacement level matlab NRR 1, GRR 1, TFR 2. When the replacement will come? Replacement will only come if the people start using contraception during sexual intercourse. Currently, many people are not using contraception. है ना? So contraceptive services are important. Contraception has to be used. How many couples? At least 60% of the couples, not 100, chalo, 60, more than 60, at least minimum 60. 60% of the couples are using contraception during sexual intercourse. This will be achieved. So we can touch the replacement level if couple protection rate is 60%. That is 60% of the couple. So when the couple protection rate means how many couples are doing a protected sexual intercourse, means they are using contraception during sexual intercourse. So any of this contraception, it can be condoms, it can be OCPs, it can be IUCD, it can be tubectomy, vasectomy, terminal methods. I will explain all these. है ना, कोई भी contraception चलेगा. Okay, so the couple, out of the total couple, how many couples are using contraception during sexual intercourse? That is couple protection rate. So the day in India when couple protection rate becomes 60% or more, at that day we achieve replacement level. We will achieve replacement level. At that day, our NRR will automatically become 1. At that day, our GRR automatically will become 1. At that day, our TFR automatically become 2. So we have achieved replacement level if this will happen. So ultimately, the contraception is important. How many of you got it? So this is the thing. Learn the 60%. Okay, so learn the 60%. Can we go ahead? Pregnancy rate, abortion rate, you can leave, not really important. So read the question and tell me the answer. GRR, NRR are very important. Usually you get questions on that. Read the question, tell me the answer. The number of live birth per 1,000 women in reproductive age group. What I am asking? I am asking for GFR. I have already shown you this question. Now, it's GFR. Okay, leave it. Listen, if TFR in a population is 4 per woman, what is the GRR? If TFR is 4, what is the GRR? TFR is given to you. TFR is 4. I'm asking what is GRR? What is GRR? I told you GRR or NRR is half of TFR. So if TFR is 4, so GRR is 2. GRR will be 2, half of that. Why you are not answering? The correct answer will be 2. Say something. The correct answer will be 2. Got it? So I told you GRR or NRR is half of TFR. So if TFR is 4, GRR and NRR is going to be half of that. That is 2. Everyone got it? Read the question. Population growth is said to be less than adequate requirement when NRR is what? The population is said to be less than adequate. Less than adequate when NRR is less than 1. I do not want NRR is less than 1. It's not a good model. I want one girl to replace one girl. If one girl is replacing less than one girl, the world will extinct. धीरे धीरे करके खत्म हो जाएगा. Female will be less in this world. So that will be, population will be less adequate. I want adequate growth. Adequate growth will happen at NRR is equal to 1. Got it? Read the next question. Demographers are the view. Demographers are of the view that demographic goal NRR 1 has to be achieved. When we can achieve NRR 1? When couple protection rate is what? Minimum what? Exceeds what? So minimum 60% of the couples should use contraception during sexual intercourse. That is, couple protection rate is more than 60%, then NRR automatically become 1. So we have to consider the couple protection rate. It should be 60%. The next question. Which of the following include mortality while considering? TFR include mortality, GFR include mortality, NRR include mortality, or GRR include mortality? I'm asking. Mortality is included in which definition? I told you NRR is the number of daughters a newborn is going to have in future if we apply fertility and mortality, both indicators. In GRR, the definition is same, but we apply only fertility, no mortality. So correct answer is C. It is a repeated PYQ. Students used to learn. Don't learn, understand it. Understand it. What is NRR? Tell me the definition. It is total number of children a newborn have in her lifetime. It is number of female children a newborn girl will have in her lifetime. It is number of male children a newborn girl have in her lifetime, or number of female children a newborn girl have in her lifetime if we are taking mortality also in consideration. So what is the best to go? Number of total children ki female children ki male children ki female children a newborn girl will have. It is an expectation, not reality. So of course the number of female children, but we are considering mortality also in consideration. The most important thing while NRR is mortality. Okay ji? Okay. The next question is in front of you. Average number of girls that will be born to a female if she experience current fertility and no mortality. What is the definition? ये definition किसका है? We are considering only fertility, no mortality. ये definition किसका है? GFR, TFR, GRR या NRR? ये definition किसका है? We are considering only fertility, no mortality. So how many females will be born? How many female childs will be there? So ये definition किसका है? What you people are saying यार? I don't know. The correct answer is GRR. ना why you are getting GFR क्यों बोल रहे हो? GRR और GFR में difference है यार. Come on. Don't do the silly mistakes. After such a thorough teaching, don't do the silly mistakes. Why you are saying A? What is general fertility rate? General fertility rate is the number of the female who are in the age group of 15 to 50. Out of them, how many give the live birth? I told you in the beginning. I'm not talking about that. See the definition what I'm asking. I'm asking the definition of GRR, not GFR. You are getting confused between GRR and GFR. Those who are saying A. The answer is not A. The answer is C. Got it? C is GRR. Don't get confused between GFR and GRR. Okay? The answer is GRR. Sanjay Kumar, answer is not GFR. Answer is GRR. Read the question. Okay? So number of how many girls, a newborn girl will give how many birth to how many girls in future if we consider only fertility, not mortality. This is the definition of GRR. I hope you all got it. Can we go ahead? Huh? So let's start the last topic here, the family planning. That is contraception. We are done with demography. Can I continue with family planning? I want thumbs up from all of you. Are you people ready? Can we continue with contraception and family planning? So this chapter will be done. After that, we will take small chapters, the 7 chapters, one by one. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Respond. Ready? You people are too slow to respond. Or else I'm getting late messages. I don't know. Okay, anyways. So let's start the family planning. And family planning, a couple plans when they want to have children using birth control techniques. So contraception is available. So whenever there is a couple and they can plan when they want their family, when they want to expand their family. That is the family planning. So in a couple, there is a husband and there is a wife. Okay, so this is a couple. In a couple, there is a husband, there is a wife. They are married. When the couple, the wife is in reproductive age group. The wife of a couple is from 15 to 50. Such a couple is known as effective couple. That couple is known as eligible couple. We are not interested. I want to offer contraceptive services to the couple. In a couple, there is a husband and there is wife. I want to achieve replacement level. So being a doctor, I want to introduce the couple with the contraceptive services available with us. So I can offer them. So whenever they want to reproduce, they should reproduce, but maximum 2. That is the advice, not compulsory. It's not a crime, it's not compulsion, but ideally they should give birth to maximum 2 children. So that, and we can offer them various types of contraceptions available. But we are not interested in all couple. We are interested in couple which can reproduce. Which couple can reproduce? In which the wife is in reproductive age group, 15 to 50. Such a couple is known as eligible couple. Eligible couple. So I am interested in eligible couple only because the wife is less than 15 or more than 50. Both of them, the couple are not of the use of offering contraception because anyways wife is not going to reproduce. So there is no need to offer contraceptive services to such couple. So I will offer my services to eligible couple. Who is an eligible couple? A couple in which the wife is in reproductive age group. The wife is 15 to 45. Males can always reproduce. The husband can reproduce till death. But the wife can reproduce till 50 years, 45 or 50 years only, till menopause. So eligible couple. Eligible couple register should be maintained at the sub-center of the village. So there is a village. In village, there are many couples. How many of them are eligible? The register should be maintained at sub-center. So that, I'm sorry, we want to offer these services in the village especially, where people are not aware of the contraception services. In the cities, in the urban areas, people are already aware. But in villages and periphery, we want to offer these services. So at sub-center, we always maintain a register of eligible couple in that village so that we can target them. We can send Asha home to home, wherever there is an eligible couple. So she can counsel the wife, she can counsel the husband to use the contraceptive services available. Okay, there are 4 widely used methods, contraceptive methods used for family planning. Most commonly condoms, second OCP pills, third IUCD, intrauterine devices, and fourth is permanent sterilization. That is tubectomy in female and vasectomy in males. These 4 are commonly used, but there are many available. I will teach you all in short one by one. So let's start with couple protection rate. What is couple protection rate? So denominator, couple protection rate. Denominator is total eligible couple, not all couple. Take only eligible couple in the denominator because we are interested in that. Eligible couple. Out of them, how many uses contraception during sexual intercourse? That is couple protection rate. Multiplied by 1000. Multiplied by 100, I'm sorry. It's a proportion. It's not rate, it's proportion. See, the multiplier is 100 and numerator is a part of denominator. The one who are using the contraceptive method, They are part of this couple only. They are eligible couple only. So this is couple protection rate. So when couple protection rate will become more than 60%, NRR automatically become 1 and we will reach the replacement level. I already taught you this. So this is couple protection rate. You got it? What is eligible couple? You got it? What is couple protection rate? What is eligible couple? In which the wife is in reproductive age group 15 to 50. And what is the couple protection rate? In which out of the total eligible couples jitne bhi hain, how many of them are using contraception at the time of sexual intercourse? So I want CPR to be more than 60% so that NRR will become 1. है ना? We want that. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. Okay. The next is the contraceptive efficacy. So some couples are using the contraception, but failure is always there. There is nothing 100% in this world. So there are sometimes the couples are using condoms during sexual intercourse, but still the wife become pregnant after using that. So failure can be there. There can be rupture. There can be slip off. Same with OCP. The wife is using OCP, the female partner is using OCP, still the pregnancy can be there. So there is always a little bit chance. That is known as failure. Failure. So this is known as contraceptive failure that depends on the contraceptive efficacy. So how to measure the efficacy? There are two methods, Pearl index and life table analysis. Most important is Pearl index. Pearl index and life table analysis, they will measure the unplanned pregnancy. The couple is using contraception, still wife become pregnant on use of contraception. That is the failure of contraception. So that is Pearl index. What is the formula of Pearl index? Please learn the formula. Please learn the formula. The wife is using OCP, for example. Hannah, you know what is OCP? The wife is using OCP. So denominator is from how many months she is using the OCP. So she is using OCP since last 5 years, maybe. Hannah. So total 60 months she was on exposure. And during the total 5 years, how many times she become pregnant? Accidentally pregnant. Means she do not want to become pregnant. She was using OCP for that, but still she become pregnant. So the numerator is the accidental pregnancy. Hannah. And multiplier is 1200. From where we got the figure 1200? 100 to multiply 100 है. 12 क्या है? In 1 year, a female is considered to have 12 menstrual cycles. So there are 12 chances she become pregnant in 1 year. In 1 year, there are 12 chances. Every month, in every menstrual cycle, not every month. Menstrual cycle is not 30 days, by the way. It is 28 day only. So in 1 year, it's not 12. It's 13 times female have menstruation. If you consider 30 day, it will be 12. But every 28 day, female have menstruation. So in 1 year, average, the female have 13 time menstruation. Ideally, it should be 1300, not 1200. 1300, 1200, both are good. Better is 1300. क्योंकि menstruation एक साल में 12 नहीं 13 बार होगा. If we consider 28 day menstrual cycle. So 13 is the figure. A female have 13 time chance in 1 year. She can become pregnant. How many of you got it? Please learn the formula, the Pearl index formula. What is the formula of Pearl index? Can you give me a second? What is Pearl index? Can you define Pearl index? What is the numerator? What is the denominator? What is the multiplier? Tell me 3 things. Who will tell me? What is the denominator? The months of exposure. How many months the female is having exposure of the contraception? The female is using contraception since 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So write the months of exposure. And the numerator is accidental pregnancy. Accidental pregnancy during that 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, how many time, or 0 time, whatever is the accidental pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy. Okay. And the multiplier is 100 to hai hai, saath mein 12 or 13, 1200 or 1300. So please learn the formula. This is Pearl index. It is an indicator of contraceptive failure. The contraception can also fail. So most important, tubectomy and vasectomy, they are 100%. They will never fail. If tubectomy is done, female can never be pregnant. And if vasectomy is done, the female partner, of course, the wife cannot be pregnant again. But apart from that, condoms have very high failure rate. OCPs have very less. Hardly 1 or 2%. IUCDs also have very less. OCP have failure rate because female forget to take it. She has to take 1 pill daily. But if she is missing, and unfortunately on the same day ovulation taking place, and unfortunately on the same day the sexual intercourse also taking place, so she can become pregnant. Condoms failure rate is very high. If properly used, failure rate is 0. But many people don't know how to use it, and due to slippage or due to rupture also failure rate is there. So in condoms it's highest, but in tubectomy, vasectomy, it's 0. It's 0, almost 0. Got it? They are 100% effective. Please learn the formula, Pearl index. You can see the Pearl index of various methods. If someone is using no method and doing unprotected sexual intercourse every time the couple is doing, so Pearl index is 80. 80% failure will occur. 80% times it's possible that the female will become pregnant. 80% chance. I will tell you various methods. You can see the condoms. Condoms mein range is very wide, 2 to 14. Again, depend on the usage. If the person know how to use it properly, chances only 2. Out of 100, only 2% chance it will fail. But if the person don't know how to use it, the male partner do not know how to use it, so chances are very high that, there will be a failure. So this is how you have to learn. Don't learn the Pearl Index of all. Understand the meaning of the Pearl Index. Pearl Index is for contraceptive efficacy, which contraception is how much effective, how much it can get failure, what are the chances of the failure. Every couple who is using contraception that want such a method of contraception in which chances of failure are zero, because if they are using the contraception, they want to become sure that pregnancy will not at all there. So they want Pearl Index to be as low as possible, or technically it's zero. So it's possible only in tubectomy or vasectomy. Otherwise, it's not possible. In all other method, there is although a very little chance, but there is a chance of failure. There is nothing 100% in this world. You can see in IUCD, there is very little. It's 0.5% chance, but there is a chance. Out of 100, there is a 0.5% chance. There is a 0.5% chance. In OCP, is 0.1. Out of 100, hardly anyone will become pregnant, but it's 0.1. There is a chance. So you can see chances always there a little bit. Only in vasectomy, tubectomy, the chance is 100%, because surgically you are removing the vasa deferens, or you are removing the fallopian tube, so it cannot be recreated again, and the female and male cannot become pregnant. I mean, the couple cannot conceive. How many of you getting it? Got it? Can we go ahead? Read the question, tell me the answer. Contraceptive efficacy is measured by which method? I told you two methods. Is it only Pearl Index, or Pearl Index plus life table analysis, or Pearl Index plus couple protection rate, or life table analysis plus couple protection rate? What is the correct answer? I told you right now, na? Pearl Index and life table analysis. I taught you what is Pearl Index. Pearl Index to bata diya. What is life table analysis? These are the software, algorithm, a software, a computer-based software. We don't have to learn it. We don't have to learn it. So you have to write down all the information they are asking, the age of the male, the age of the female, how many times they are doing sexual intercourse in a month, and many information they will ask, and which contraception they are using, and that all. And based on that, it will calculate the chances of pregnancy or failure. It's an algorithm. It's a computer-based software algorithm. We don't have to learn it. This is Pearl Index. You have to learn the formula. That's it. Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead? Now read the question, tell me the answer. Read the question, tell me the answer. Pearl Index is defined as, what is Pearl Index? It is accidental pregnancy. Okay. The number of accidental pregnancy per 1,000 women year, 100 women year, 10 women year, or per woman year. I forgot to tell you, it's 100 women year. 100 women year. If you remove this 100 and take only 12, I can say it's 100 women year. Number of failures per 100 women year. Per 100 women year we are calculating. Okay, so please learn that. Okay, don't go in the detail why it is per 100 women year. So let me tell you the various types of contraception. Quick, fast. Here only you have to take only important points. Don't go in detail and try to do the PhD in that. Whatever important for your exam point of view, learn that only. So, and don't ask unnecessary question. Whatever is the concern, you can ask that, but unnecessary information is not required. I mean, don't waste the time. Okay, if you have the exact thing in front of you, what is asked from that topic, just learn that and go ahead, understand that. So I'm telling you, two type of methods are available: spacing and termination. What do you mean by spacing? There is a couple, there is a husband and wife. They already have one children. They want one more children, but not now, in future, maybe after 3 years, 5 years. So they do not want to terminate their fertility. They want to maintain it, but currently they want to halt it. So there are spacing methods. So every time they can use these methods. Okay, and there is a terminal. There is a couple, husband and wife. They already have 2 children. They do not want more children. So they can opt for the terminal methods, in which one of the partner, the fertility is, we will finish the fertility. Like in the males, we can do the vasectomy, and in the females, we can do the tubectomy. Once vasectomy and tubectomy is done, that person cannot be fertile again in the life. So if the person is loyal and the couple is sure that they do not want more children in life, they already have 2 children or whatever children, they have completed their family. So one of the partner should opt for the terminal method. So spacing methods are not required at every sexual intercourse. And here it's once, it's surgical, it's done once. And both the partners should not opt it, either the husband or the wife. If the husband already vasectomy is done, no need to do tubectomy in the wife if they are loyal for each other. And if the wife already tubectomy is done, there is no need to do vasectomy for the husband, right? So that is the thing. So one of them should opt the terminal method if the family is completed. But if the family is not completed, till they want further more children, they can opt for spacing method. How many of you got it? Can we go ahead? How many of you got it? So spacing method, terminal method. Let's start with spacing method. In the spacing method, how many methods we have? I will teach you 4 spacing methods. Number 1, natural methods. I will tell you the natural. There are 6 natural methods I will be enumerating. 7 natural methods. है ना? The second is the barrier method, in which I will discuss 4 things. The male condom, the female condom, the diaphragm, the vaginal sponge. I will discuss 4. These are barrier. And the next is IUCD, the next is OCP. Ultra important, IUCD and OCP. है ना? So let's first finish spacing method, then we will come on terminal. Terminal में vasectomy, tubectomy, a little bit of that I will tell you. The surgeries I'm not going to take in detail. Vasectomy surgery के steps you will read in surgery. And tubectomy surgery के steps you will see in OBG. है ना? But here basic I will teach you. Okay, so let's start with the natural methods. There are 7 natural methods. है ना? Let me tell you the safe period. The safe period also known as rhythm method or calendar method. Second is basal body temperature. The third is Billing method, cervical mucus method. The next is the symptomatothermic method. The next is abstinence. The next is coitus interruptus. And the last is lactational amenorrhea method. Let me discuss one by one. The names itself depict its meaning. It's very easy. Please see the safe method. Safe method, also known as rhythm method, also known as calendar method. Now, every female who is fertile have menstruation. है ना? Ideal menstruation is every 28 days. But very few females have menstruation every 28 days. So the female have variable menstruation. है ना? So you should ask the female partner, you should ask what is the range of menstruation. है ना? What is the minimum days it occurs, and what is the maximum? I mean the shortest and the longest cycle. So she says sometime it is as short as 20 days. Sometimes it is as long as 35 days, 40 days. It can be anything. So in her lifetime, she has multiple menstrual cycle, and every female knows what is the shortest and the longest menstrual cycle for her. Some female says, no, it's not shortest, longest. It's very regular. Every 28 days, it's regular means regular. Or it's every 30 days, it's regular. So here we will consider the shortest and longest the same. So basically, there is a formula. I'm having a formula for you. So the shortest cycle minus 18 and longest cycle minus 10. है ना? So shortest minus 18 and longest minus 10, the range between them is the red time. Don't do sexual intercourse between that time. The female is highly fertile. है ना? Ovulation take place. You must understand the menstrual cycle to understand the fertility. Okay. In a female, day 1 menstruation start. We will call day 1 when the menstruation start, the bleeding start, the menstruation start. That is known as day 1. For the next 3-4 days, menstruation continues. On day 14, ovulation takes place. है ना? Ovulation takes place on day 14. And on day 28, it's completed. Again on day 1, it's the menstruation. The cycle continues. So this is pre-ovulatory phase and this is post-ovulatory phase. Got my point? Post-ovulatory phase. Now this is for 28 days cycle. है ना? I told you most of the females don't have the ideal 28 day cycle. They may have 30, 35 or less than that, 22, 23. But the post period is always 14. जो छोटा और बड़ा हो रहा है ना, this is pre. है ना? So if you say there is a female who's having 30 day cycle, so this is 14 की जगह ये 16 days होगा, है ना? लेकिन ये तो 14 ही रहेगा. Ideally both are 14, है ना? Total 28 days. Pre-ovulation, post-ovulation. Now whenever ovulation is there, at that time sexual intercourse should be there to conceive. Sexual intercourse should be on day 14 of the menstrual cycle, so that only the ova and the sperm will meet and the fetus will form. I mean the conception will take place. You can understand these things, I guess, in the reproductive system in your childhood. You have read all these, है ना? So this is the uterus of the female, you can see. So, and these are the ovaries you can see, and this is the fallopian tube you all can see. This is the female reproductive system. Now every month on day 14, one of the ova is released, either from the right ovary or from the left ovary. It's alternate, 1 month coming from this, 1 month from this. So one ova will come, and with the fallopian tube it will come, it will come here, है ना? On day 14, ideally on day 14 in 28 day cycle, है ना? And the sperms are entering via sexual intercourse on day 14 only. Sperms also go here. So here the fertilization takes place, है ना? The ova and the sperm, they will fuse and fertilization takes place. The zygote is formed and it will get implanted. You all know the basics. So on day 14, the sexual intercourse is there. But day 14 is fixed only in 28 day cycle. Now, if the cycle is 28 day, it's day 14, it should be avoided. The sexual intercourse 2 days before that, 2 days after. So plus minus 2 days can always be there. So you should avoid the sexual intercourse during this phase. That is the unsafe period. The female become pregnant during that time if sexual intercourse is done. But what about the irregular cycles? So irregular cycle, shortest cycle minus 18 and longest cycle minus 10. Shortest minus 18, longest minus 10. This period is unsafe. Let's take example. Imagine a female who is having regular cycle, 28 day. For that you calculate. So you will say, ma'am, 28 minus 18. I will consider shortest also 28. I will consider longest also 28. 28 minus 10. So 28 minus 18. What is the answer? Say, ma'am, 10. or 28 minus 10. What is the answer? 18. Day 10 to day 18 is unsafe because on day 14 it will be ovulation. So 4 days before that, 4 days after that, it's unsafe. So don't take the risk. Don't do sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse can be done before day 10 and it can be done after day 18. Day 10 before, the first 4 days is menstruation. During menstruation also sexual intercourse cannot be performed. So from day 4 or day 5 onwards till 10 day, it can be performed, and after day 18 till day 28, these are the safe period. Hana? So this is the rhythm period. Now let's take another example. There is a female who's saying the menstrual cycle is as short as say any example 20 days and as long as 30 days. So say shortest is 20, 20 minus 18, and longest is 30, 30 minus 10, 30 minus 10, 35 minus 10, whatever you say. So 20 minus 18 is 2, है ना? And 30 minus 10 is 20. So you see the period from day 2 to day 20, it's unsafe. Before day 2, it's not possible. It's menstruation already day 1. After day 20, it's possible. Hana? So sexual intercourse is only possible after day 20. So this is how you can calculate the safe period of a lady. But here the couple should be educated and the couple should be motivated. Hana? So if you counsel them to do the sexual intercourse on a fixed days of a month, and they should follow it. So then only it is working, and failure rate are very high, very high. This is calendar method. This is discovered by Ogino. Learn the questions which are important for your exam. Okay. Calendar method याद करो. Ogino पे question आता है याद करो. It depends on the length of the menstrual cycle. Okay. And you learn the formula. Shortest minus 18 to longest minus 10. Give me thumbs up. Got it? This is the calendar method. Given, I have already given the example. Okay. What are the drawbacks? Whenever cycle are very irregular, it become difficult. It require educated couples. It is known as programmed sex. And postnatal period, not useful in postnatal period. Just after the delivery, menstruation hota hi nahi hai, काफी months. So female do not know when the ovulation take place. And failure rate is very high. It 9 per 100 women. Every 100 women में 9 में failure हो जाएगा. It's very high. It's very high. Say yes, people respond. If I'm saying respond means respond. You got it or you didn't got it. If you got, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't got, write your query. Coming on the second method out of 7. Coming on the second method. The second method is basal body temperature method. So as I told you here, day 1, day 14, and day 28. Here I told you the menstruation start. For the next 3-4 days, menstruation is there, bleeding is there. Day 14, ovulation take place. Hana? I told you, and this is the end of the cycle. Okay. So here I told you that whenever ovulation takes place now, ova get ruptured, the Graafian follicle get ruptured. So at that time, progesterone come in female body. In the female blood, the progesterone is released by the ruptured ova. So on day 14 onwards, its progesterone is in there in the blood. Before that, estrogen is there in the blood. So in the first cycle, estrogen is there, and later half, the progesterone is more in the blood. So how to judge? In a female body, in the blood, there is estrogen or progesterone. We can come to know if we can judge. Progesterone का एक खास बात है. Progesterone increases the body temperature of the female a little bit by 0.2 degrees Celsius or 0.1 degrees Celsius. Hardly any body temperature. So it increases the body temperature. Got it? It increases the body temperature. Okay. So basal body temperature, BBT. It's the basal body temperature. Okay. So what the female has to do? Female has to measure the body temperature every day, starting from day 1 only, every day with the same thermometer at the same time before she get up and come out of the bed in the morning. So when she get up, when she come out of the bed in the morning, the first thing she do in the morning, she measures her temperature. Hana, with the same thermometer every day. Hana. So she gradually measures and every day it will be same. On day 14 onwards, whenever ovulation takes place, there will be a little bit rise. So hardly 0.3 degree, very little. So she can pick up this rise only if she is measuring it regularly, daily. So from day 1, daily, she is measuring the temperature. So on day 14, 15, 16, 17, whenever ovulation takes place, so it is the rise in temperature. And after that, for the next 2-3 days, the sexual intercourse 4 days should be avoided because ovulation have already taken place. So rise in basal body temperature just before and at the time of ovulation because of increased progesterone. Learn that. That is, learn the principle. It is the progesterone which is causing the body temperature. Again, highly motivated female is required, educated female is required. She should be ready to measure the temperature and she should be able to pick such a small temperature change. And after temperature change, the sexual intercourse should be avoided for the next few days. So it's reliable only if intercourse is restricted to the post-ovulatory fertile period and abstinence is necessary in the entire pre-ovulatory period. Got it? Got it? So that is the thing. Coming on the next is the cervical mucus. Now again, here the same thing is there. The The cervix has a mucus. The female have a cervical secretion that is known as cervix mucus. So daily what she need to do, she has to check the consistency. In the washroom, whenever she is using the washroom, she should check the consistency of the cervical mucus daily, once a day. So before ovulation, it's very watery, clear and smooth. It's very watery, but at the time of ovulation, after ovulation, it get thickened and it resembles the raw egg in consistency. Let me tell you, you can see the cervical mucus, a drop is taken between the two fingers and it has to be like this. You have to see the string is forming or not forming. So here string is not forming, it's watery. Here it's not forming, it's watery. Here it's little bit forming but not continuous. And here at ovulation you can see a string is formed. So it becomes watery, stretchy, it becomes very stretchy. The complete string can be seen. So take a drop of the cervical mucus and just stretch it. And again, it's not very good method, and privacy is required every time, and highly motivated female is required. So when the cervical mucus become like this, means ovulation have taken place, and next few days the intercourse should be avoided. So it's like that. Got it? Say yes. Say yes. Got it? Can we go ahead? This is cervical. So again, it depends on the progesterone. Due to the progesterone, the cervical mucus become thick, stretchy at time of ovulation due to progesterone. At the time of the ovulation, it resembles raw egg. This is cervical mucus method, also known as Billing method. So drawback again requires high degree of motivation and not very successful. Okay, G, can we go ahead? The next is the symptomatothermic. What I taught you till now, I taught you three methods. The first I taught you rhythm. I told you the formula, shortest minus 18 to longest minus 10. This is unsafe, not safe. This is unsafe period. Before that or after that is the safe. So that is rhythm period. Second, I taught you basal body temperature. Everyday temperature has to be measured in the morning, and the rise in temperature will indicate ovulation. The third, I taught you cervical mucus method, also known as Billing method, in which the consistency has to be checked of the cervical mucus. Combine the three. Individual, this is high risk. Individual, this is high failure. This individual, this is high failure. Combine all three. Imagine a female who's doing the calculations also. During the calculations, she is measuring the temperature also, and she is checking her cervical mucus also. So here, if you combine the three, it becomes highly accurate. Not very accurate, but relatively, the combination will be more accurate than the individual. This is known as the combination. Symptothermic. Symptothermic is a combination of three: basal body temperature, cervical mucus, and the rhythm period. How many of you got it? That is the fourth. Fifth is abstinence. Don't do sex at all. Don't do sexual intercourse at all. So there is no chance of pregnancy. So not at all possible in the couples who are fertile, I mean. So abstinence is also a method. Okay, it is a method. To enumerate, it's a method. Okay, and the next is coitus interruptus. In the coitus interruptus, during the sexual intercourse, just before ejaculation, male withdraws the penis from the vagina of the female. Again, failure rate is very high and high motivation is required. It is the oldest method. So these are not used, coitus interruptus and all. Okay, so we don't suggest the couple to use these methods. Better methods are available with us. Okay, the next is lactational amenorrhea method, LAM. Lactational amenorrhea method, LAM. Imagine a lady who is pregnant. After pregnant, she is in labor. After labor, she delivered a child. After delivering, she is breastfeeding her child. Breastfeeding is there. She is breastfeeding. During breastfeeding, progesterone is high in the blood, the complete breastfeeding. And during breastfeeding, ovulation do not take place. Till she is doing the breastfeeding, ovulation will not take place. There is no chance she become pregnant. So after the delivery, if she is performing sexual intercourse with the husband, so till she is breastfeeding the baby, she will not become pregnant. So I tell you that for the first 6 months, exclusive breastfeeding is required. So it's useful for the baby. Of course, it's useful for the mother also. And God has given such a mechanism. So immediately after delivery, we do not want this female to become pregnant again. Just now she has delivered. So health-wise, she is not fit. So God has given this physiological mechanism that for the first 6 months, whenever she is breastfeeding her baby, she will not have ovulation for the 6 months. The condition, she is adequately breastfeeding. She is adequately breastfeeding every 2 hours, 3 hours. The complete 6 months, she is exclusively breastfeeding her baby. So she will not have ovulation, and no method is required. No other method is required. Okay, say yes, say no. So exclusive breastfeeding if the lady is doing. So only 2% chance she will become pregnant in the 6 months post delivery, because ovulation will not take place. Again, failure rates are high if she is not doing adequately. Okay, say yes, say no. I taught you all the methods. These are known as natural methods. I taught you 6 natural methods, 6 or 7 methods. I told you rhythm. There is any confusion? I taught you basal body temperature. I taught you cervical mucus, also known as Billing method. The combination of the three is symptomatothermic. I taught you abstinence. I taught you coitus interruptus. And the last one, I taught you this one. What this one? Last one, lactational amenorrhea. These are natural. Hana, these are natural method. Nothing is required. So read the question, tell me the answer. Fast. Fast, people, fast. Fast. Read the question, tell me the answer. Let me read the question for you. False regarding calendar method is. What is false? Abstinence is required only for few days of a month. Is it false? Associated with no cost. Is it false? Safe period can be observed using temperature, rhythm, and cervicus, the combination of all three. And ectopic pregnancy is a complication. What is false? Ectopic pregnancy is always a combination in all these methods. It is right. And now we can combine the three methods. It is also right. It requires no cost. It's also right. But abstinence is required for most of the month. It is a drawback. Hana, it is known as programmed sex. Hana, so I told you whenever the cycle is of 28 days, but hardly any female have cycle of 28 days. If a female is having a cycle of shorter days, so abstinence is required for the entire month, for entire pre-ovulatory period. So abstinence is not required for few days. Here abstinence is required for long period. So in all these methods. So that is incorrect. Okay, so incorrect among them is A. Ectopic pregnancy is a reported side effect here for the natural methods. Can we go ahead? Which of the following is a natural method of contraceptive and most effective? Natural method means most effective कौन है? Calendar alone, billing alone, basal body temperature alone, or a combination of the three? I've given you the clue. Fast, people. Which is the most effective? Which is the most effective? Easy going. Most effective. Is it calendar, billing, basal body, or the combination of the three? Of course, the combination of the three is more effective as compared to alone. The symptothermic is the combination of the three. You must know that. Symptothermic is the combination of all three. So what is the correct answer? A is not the correct answer. A is not the correct answer. The correct answer is C. I want each of you to participate, please. So we are done with natural methods. Are we done with natural? Yes, we are done with natural. Let's come on barrier method. In the barrier, I want to teach you the physical and chemical. Let's start barrier. What do you mean by barrier? What do you mean by barrier method? So barrier methods are used at the time of the intercourse. So we make a barrier to meet the ova and the sperm. Now this is ova and this is a sperm. We make a barrier between them so that ova do not meet the sperm, so there is no fertilization. That is the meaning of barrier. So there is physical and chemical. Let's start with physical. There are 4 physical methods. If I say condom, I mean male condom by convention. If I say female condom, I mean a special condom for the females. So male condom, female condom, diaphragm, and sponge. One by one. So only male condom is used by male, and these 3 are used by female. Female condom is for female, of course. Diaphragm and vaginal sponge is also for female. So let's start with the male condom. It is the most widely used barrier method. Male condom. It is available free of cost in the PHCs by the name of the Nirod. It's available free of cost. It prevents the semen from blocking and getting deposited in the vagina, of course. It is worn on the penis of the male. So there is a peculiar method of that. And inside that, spermicidal jelly is also present. It's the chemical. So it's a physical method. So it is worn on the penis of the male. So the semen is not ejaculated into the vagina. So sperm will not meet the ova. By chance, if there is a tear or if there is a slip off and the semen is going inside the vagina of the female, that too it is having spermicidal jelly. Spermicidal. So it will kill the sperm. It will kill the sperm. So it's double, physical as well as chemical. It is having spermicidal jelly. Advantages, everyone knows, it's easily available, safe, inexpensive, easy to use, no side effect, light, compact, disposable. It can prevent STDs also, the biggest advantage. Along with the pregnancy prevention, contraception, it can prevent STDs also. We all know that. Disadvantage, slip off, tear off problem is also always there. Coming on the female condoms, it is used by the female. It was invented by Danish Hazel. It's a PYQ. Learn the name, scientist who discovered female condom. This is a female condom. You can see the image is not very good, but you can see it is having 2 rings. It is having 2 rings. The male condom have 1 ring. The female condom have 2 rings, internal and external. It is worn by the receptive partner. The female partner or the receptive partner has to be worn. The internal ring to be closed into the cervix and the external ring to be kept in outside in the vagina. You can see this is in vagina. You can see this is in cervix. It is having 2 rings. It is having 2 openings, and it's reusable. It's not like male condom. It is one-time use. It has to be discarded. It can be thoroughly cleaned and it can be reused also. It also prevents pregnancy as well as STDs. It also prevents pregnancies as well as STDs. It is the only tool for HIV prevention that female can initiate. So female partner is not dependent on the male partner for STD prevention. If there is a female who is very motivated, aware, and she do not want to have STD, if the male partner is not using the condom, the female can use it and she can prevent herself from getting STDs. So that is the thing. Okay, now please learn the differences between the male and the female condom. Sometimes you get questions. The composition is different. The male condom is made up of latex. The female condom is made up of polyurethane or nitrile. The composition is different. Here Pearl index is high, here Pearl index is very high. Hana, the failure rate are very high. Here number of rings is 1, here it's 2. This is a PYQ. That's why I'm insisting you to learn. Okay, this one is not reusable, this one is reusable. Hana? And both of them prevents STD. Both of them prevents pregnancy. Okay, okay, that's it. Here, insertion requires male erection of the penis. Here, insertion do not require the erection in the female. That's it. So these are the differences you can see. This is male condom having only 1 ring. This is female condom having 2 rings. Got it? So let's come on. The next is the diaphragm. We have seen male condom. We have seen female condom. Let's come on diaphragm. Are you people there? Let's come on the third thing, diaphragm. Again, diaphragm is known as Dutch cap. It looks like this. Can you see? It's like a cap. It's having a spring all around that. So the female has to put it here like this, and it will fit in the vagina, and it's having a spring action. The periphery have a spring. It's having a spring, so it will fit in the wall of the vagina like that, and it will. So ultimately, it's a barrier. So during ejaculation, when the semen is injected into the vagina of the female, the semen cannot enter inside. The sperms cannot enter inside. It's making a barrier. So that is the thing. It is known as Dutch cap. It is a vaginal barrier. It is a diaphragm is inserted just before the sexual intercourse by the female partner. It should be inserted just before the sexual intercourse. It can be kept there for maximum 6 hours after sexual intercourse. If it is kept for more, now it can lead to toxic shock syndrome. It should not be kept longer. So maximum after 6 hours, it should be removed and thrown out. Okay. And it also contains spermicidal jelly. So it is both physical and chemical. You can see it is there here like this in the vagina. You can see the sperms are coming. In this diagram, I have shown you the sperms also. These are the sperms. The sperms are coming. So sperms cannot enter inside. It's a physical barrier. By chance, if any sperm is trying to penetrate, it is having spermicidal jelly that will kill the sperm. So again, it is like physical barrier, physical and chemical both. It is having high risk of UTI in the female. And toxic shock syndrome, it is worn more than 24 hours. If the female is warning it and just forgot to take it out after sexual intercourse, the female can have toxic shock syndrome. That is a disadvantage. The last one is the sponge. This is the fourth one. I taught you male condom, female condom, diaphragm known as Dutch cap, and the vaginal sponge. It's like a sponge. Don't learn the don't learn the dimension. It's like a sponge. It's available under the name of Today. Under the name of the Today, it is available. The trade name is Today. It is available, marketed in USA market, not in India. है ना? It contains spermicidal jelly. मैं बार बार बोल रही हूँ spermicidal jelly. What is spermicidal jelly? Name the chemical which kills sperm. The name of the chemical is nanoxyl 9. That is a chemical that kills sperm. Sperms get killed. Sperms get killed by this chemical. Name the spermicidal jelly, nanoxynol 9. Name it, nanoxynol 9. Very important PYQ. So it has to be worn by the female partner. It has to be inserted. It has to be wet. Just put few drops of water. It will swell, and put it in the vagina just before the sexual intercourse. Again, don't keep it for more than 6 hours. It can also lead to toxic shock syndrome. You can see this is the sponge. So it has to be wet before it is worn by the female partner. Just before the sexual intercourse, the female can herself insert it and put it in the vagina so that it will get fit in the vagina, in the walls of the vagina, and it is having spermicidal jelly. So again, physical, chemical, both matters. Again, no protection from STDs. Always a high chance of toxic shock syndrome and UTI. Say yes, say no, say something, respond. This is a physical method. Chemical method, only one chemical, nanoxynol 9. So if female is not using neither the condom, nor the sponge, nor the diaphragm, what she can do, she can take an injection. She can take an injection, fill it with nanoxynol 9. It's available. It's a liquid. She can fill the injection. I'm not saying injection. I'm saying syringe without needle. Syringe without needle. I'm repeating, syringe without needle. Take a syringe, fill it with nanoxynol 9 without needle. She just insert it into the vagina before sexual intercourse. So all the liquid will be here, the nanoxynol 9, and after the sexual intercourse, during the sexual intercourse, all the sperms, we assume they are killed. Again, the failure rate is high. Say yes, say no, respond people, say yes. Got it? So I told you the physical barrier methods. I told you male condom. I told you female condom. I told you diaphragm for the female, and I told you sponge for the female. And they all contain the chemical nanoxynol 9, and separately also nanoxynol 9 can be used. Does anyone have any problem? You get simple question on that. So don't go in detail. Just whatever information I'm giving you, it is more than sufficient to learn. So don't go in detail. Just learn the sufficient information. Move ahead. That's it. Read the question. Tell me the answer. Read the question. Tell me the answer. Barrier methods are all except. Which of the following is not a barrier method? Diaphragm, foam tablet, vaginal sponge, or Lippes loop? I'm asking. Please respond fast, na? Absolutely right. Yes, Surya, right. Yes, Rahul, absolutely right. What's the correct answer? Yes, Shivangi, right. Lippy's loop is IUCD. Anna, it's not barrier method. Diaphragm is there. Foam tablets are vaginal sponge only. These are the foam tablets. They will swell on putting water on that. So this is the other name of the vaginal sponge. So I will go. Don't say foam tablet, Elizabeth. Foam tablets is the another name of vaginal sponge. Lippy's loop is a type of IUCD. It's not barrier. It has to be inserted inside the uterus of the female. The next question: condom vending machine at the petrol pump is high in a high prevalence area is an example of which technology? Is it appropriate technology, social marketing, socialization, or community participation? So you may have seen that at many petrol pumps, the condom vending machine is there. So it is an example of which technology? It's an example of social marketing. Many people are not very aware of the condoms. They feel shy. So at petrol pump, and it's very easily available. They don't have to go to the medical store to purchase it. And there is a vending machine. They don't have to ask someone to give it to the medical store person, or they can themselves put the money and they can take it out. So this is a type of social marketing. Please learn the answer. It's a type of social marketing. Today, a contraceptive methods contain what? What is today? I told you. Today, I told you the name of the sponge, the vaginal sponges today. Does it contain prostaglandin F2? Does it contain norethistron? Does it contain 9-nanoxynol? Or does it contain copper releasing mesh? I'm asking people, respond fast. I don't have time. Yes, what is the correct answer? Yes, so it contains nanoxynol 9, the chemical which kills the sperm, spermicidal jelly, you can say, of course. So that is the correct answer. So let me come on IUCDs now. We are done with natural methods. I taught you 6 natural methods. Okay, 6 or 7 I taught you. After that, I taught you the barrier methods. In the barrier, I taught you physical also, I taught you chemical also. In the natural, I taught you rhythm method, calendar method, basal body temperature. I taught you cervical mucus method known as Billing method, the combination of the 3 symptomatothermic method. I taught you the coitus interruptus. I taught you the abstinence. I taught you LAM, lactational amenorrhea. These are the natural methods. I described all of them. In the physical here, I described 4 methods: male condom, female condom, diaphragm, and sponge, vaginal sponge. In the chemical, there is only one chemical, nanoxynol 9 is the chemical that kills. So let's come on the third. The third I'm going to teach you is IUCD, and fourth I'm teaching you OCP. We are done after that. Okay, we are done. Natural done, barrier done. Let's start IUCD and let's come on OCP after that. Okay, so let's start IUCD, intrauterine contraceptive device. IUCD. Can I start IUCD? So let's start IUCD. IUCD, okay. IUCD are made up of T. They look like T. Can you see copper T? They are made up of copper and they are in the shape of the T. They have 2 wings like that. It's like this. Can you see this one? Can you see this one? Can you see this one? It's like T. It has to be inserted inside the uterus. The female herself cannot insert. She requires a gynecologist or a trained person that will insert it. It is available in 4 sizes: A, B, C, D. A is the smallest and D is the largest. Let me confirm. 4 sizes. So before inserting, the gynecologist must examine the uterus size of the female. Different females have different size of the uterus. By doing sonography or by doing merely examination, she can judge that which size will be best fitted for her. And the gynecologist will insert it. So it is not self-inserted like the sponge, like the diaphragm. There are 2 types: first generation, second generation, third generation. Basically, there are 3 types. So on all of them, on all the T's, on all the IUCDs, some numbers are written. Number 7, 220, 380. The number represent the surface area of the copper in millimeter square. So 380 millimeter square is the copper. 220 millimeter square is the copper. 7 millimeter square is the copper. How much copper millimeter square mein hai? That represent the number. There are 4 sizes A, B, C, D. I told you D is largest, A is smallest. Yeah, I'm right. A is smallest, D is largest. Depending on female to female uterus, different size can be used. Okay. So that is the size. And you can see copper T 220B. What does it mean? So it is a copper T. The area is 220 millimeter square and it's B size. B is matlab A se thoda bada, a little bit larger than A. And AG is written sometime. AG represent gold or silver. AG represents silver and sometimes A represent the gold. And a chemical formula of silver is Ag. So sometimes it contains silver also. Along with copper, it contains silver. So there are 3 types of copper T: first generation, second generation, third generation. The first generation are non-medicated. They don't contain anything. They contain only copper. That's it. 2 examples are there: Lippy's loop and Grafenberg ring. We don't use them nowadays. The first generation, you can see this is Lippy's loop. They don't contain anything. They are non-medicated. We don't use them. The first generation, these are the oldest one. Learn 2 examples: Lippy's loop and Grafenberg ring. That is the first generation. That is the first, no medication added. They are just copper. The second generation, we are adding the medications. है ना? We are adding, I'm sorry, here, they are not even of copper. There is no copper inside them. है ना? In the second generation, at least copper is there. We have added copper, metallic ions of the copper. So copper T, all of them, copper T 200, copper T 200B, 200C, Nova T, Multilode 250, 380A. These all are examples of second generation. And in the third generation, we are adding hormones, additionally hormones. So only two examples of third generation. है ना? Progesterone and Mirena. Progesterone and Mirena. Mirena is LNG20. How many of you heard these names previously? You can see progesterone and this is levonorgestrel. These two are third generation. Rest all are second generation. You can see these all are second. So first generation, second generation, third generation. Respond. First generation contain nothing. Second contain copper and third contain hormones, additional hormones. Please learn that. है ना? You have to learn the shelf life. है ना? After how many years the female has to change it. है ना? So most of the copper teas has to be changed in 3 to 5 years. Most of them. But progesterone, the third generation, every year. It's very costly. Every year that has to be changed. है ना? And just learn this one, this one. The longest is 10-year copper T 380A. That is the longest. Every 10 years it has to be replaced. Most cost effective. One time it is investment. It is silver. It is containing silver. A matlab silver. It's costly, but every 10 years it has to be replaced. That is the shelf life. Say yes. What are the side effects? Most common side effect is bleeding. Female have bleeding after that, but after 1 to 2 months it will subside. No treatment required. The second side effect is pain. Again, after 1 to 2 months, 3 months, it will subside of its own. Take little bit painkiller, aspirin, that's it. Combiflame, that's it. Take paracetamol, that's it. Anna. So most common is bleeding. Second most common is pain. But most common cause of removal is pain. Sometimes pain is very severe and female cannot bear that. So you have to remove that. Okay. Okay. So slight pain, give analgesic. Intolerable pain, remove it. That is the thing. Okay. Third complication is pelvic infections, PID. Pelvic infections के chances ज़्यादा हैं. है ना? So these are the organisms. Don't learn the organisms. And fourth and rare of the rarest complication, perfo. You are putting it. You are a gynecologist and you are doing the perfo through and through perfo in the uterus. No, it is not allowed. But you know now, no one is perfect. Sometimes the mistakes happen with us also, with doctors also. Perfo, है ना? Perfo sometimes happen. And perfo के chances ज़्यादा है if you are inserting postpartum because uterus walls are very weak after the delivery. So don't try it after postpartum, very immediate postpartum. है ना? On X-ray, you will see it is perforating and coming out. है ना? So removal, immediate removal. It's an emergency. है ना? The fifth complication is spontaneous expulsion. It expels out spontaneously. You have inserted while urinating, using washroom, it's come out of its own within the first few weeks. है ना? When you are not inserting the proper size, the uterus is big and you are inserting a small one, so it will come out again. है ना? That's why size determination is very important before you insert it. Got it? Say yes. Huh? Say yes. You got it or you didn't got it? The IUCDs I'm telling you. You have to learn highest pregnancy rate. What is pregnancy rate? The failure. Highest failure occurs in first generation. That's why we don't use them. Lippes loop. Highest pregnancy. Even after inserting, female become pregnant. No, we do not use them nowadays. Okay. Lowest pregnancy is in the third generation. LNG. LNG. है ना? LNG में lowest pregnancy. So learn highest and lowest pregnancy. Highest is in first generation. Lowest in third generation. Obviously. ठीक है? Lippes loop and LNG. Okay जी? है ना? Highest expulsion and lowest expulsion. Highest expulsion occurs in Lippes loop again. That's why we don't use them. Lowest expulsion occurs in progesterone third. It is also a third generation. But ये third generation में हमारे पास दो हैं. This is Mirena. This is progesterone. So in Mirena, it's lowest pregnancy. In progesterone, it's lowest expulsion. Anyways, third generation are good. है ना? Highest removal and lowest removal. Highest removal is in Mirena and lowest removal is in progesterone. Both are third generation. है ना? Mirena causes pain. That's why you have to remove it many times. And progesterone is the lowest removal. So best is progesterone. Best is progesterone. You concluded? You get questions from that. You concluded? Say yes, say no. Say something. Okay? Huh? What are the absolute contraindication when you should not insert IUCD in any lady? Suspected pregnancy. Don't insert. If you're suspecting pregnancy, you can't insert IUCD into the uterus. The fetus will die. You cannot do that. PID already infection है तो और infection हो जाएगा. The female will have more infection. Already bleeding. Bleeding will increase. Don't do that. If there is a cancer of cervix, uterus or ovary, don't put it in cancer patient. है ना? And there is a previous history of ectopic pregnancy. Don't take the chance. These are the absolute contraindication. Before inserting, ask, are you pregnant? Do you have any infection? Do you have any bleeding from the vagina apart from menstruation? Menstruation is normal. Do you have any cancer history or now any cancer? Do you have any ectopic pregnancy history in the past? If yes, I will not going to insert IUCD in you. So these are the absolute contraindication. Okay, relative contraindication don't learn. When to insert? During the entire menstrual cycle, which day is the best to insert? You will call female on which day? On which day of menstruation come to my clinic, I will insert IUCD in you. On which day you will call? The best timing for insertion is the first 10 days of menstruation, during menstruation itself. Because there are two reasons. If the female is menstruating, day 1 to day 4, or first 10 days, the first 10 days, during menstruation, the cervix is widened, little bit already widened. Physiologically, it's widened. So it's easy to insert. It's easy to insert, number one. Number two, if the female is menstruating, you are double pregnant. Although you will ask before inserting, are you pregnant? She says no. But what if she's pregnant and she's not knowing that? So unnecessarily you are taking the risk. So during menstruation, a menstruating female cannot be pregnant. And menstruation rules or pregnancy. So if you are inserting it on menstruation, you are sure that she is not pregnant. So at the time of menstruation is the best time. Call when you are menstruating, day 1, day 2. Come on that time, we will insert. Or within first 10 days maximum, not after that. है ना, cervix is widened, expulsion के chances कम है और pregnancy की risk नहीं है. These are the reasons. Please learn that. You can see this is how we insert. है ना? This is how we insert it inside. There is a peculiar method. Have you inserted? Have you inserted? Huh? So there is a peculiar method to insert. We are done. Read the question. Tell me the answer. In copper T 380, what does 380 represent? What does it is the number of turns in the copper wire. It is the surface area of copper in millimeter square. It is the surface area of copper in surface area of copper T or surface area of copper in millimeter square, or it is the effective life of copper. So I told you the numbers represent the surface area of copper in millimeter square. And the letters A represent here, A represent the size and AG represent the silver. What is the most common side effect of IUCD? What is the most common? Is it bleeding, pain, pelvic infection, or ectopic pregnancy? These all are side effects, but most common side effect. Fast. What is the most common side effect? The most common side effect is bleeding. But most common side effect which requires removal. In that case, answer will become pain. So read the question carefully. Most common side effect is bleeding. But bleeding के लिए कोई नहीं निकलवाएगा. Bleeding है, ठीक है, it will subside. Just counsel her. हो जाएगा, it will subside. In 1-2 months, it will automatically subside. है ना? You don't remove it. But pain sometimes very severe. You have to remove it. So most common side effect which require removal is pain. Okay, that is the thing. So characteristic of okay, just a second. In copper T 380A, it has to be replaced every how many years? Every how many years? I told you, copper T 380A has to be replaced every 10 years, the longest one. I told you A for silver, AG. एक बार का महंगा है, it is costly, लेकिन every 10 year it has to be replaced. Repeated ask question. Which of them is third generation? Multi-load copper T, Mirena, copper T 380A, or copper 7? Which of them is third generation? Yes, you all are right. Very good. You all are right. The correct answer is Mirena. Mirena, that is LNG. है ना, Progesterone और LNG दो हैं. Progesterone and Mirena. Mirena का मतलब है LNG, है ना, levonorgestrel, LNG. So that is one and the same. So correct answer is B, that is third generation. है ना? What is the absolute contraindication of IUCD when you will not insert it? Absolute contraindication. Anemia, diabetes, PID, or hemorrhage. I told you, whenever the lady is pregnant, don't insert. Whenever the lady is having infection, don't insert. Whenever the lady is having cancer, don't insert. Whenever the lady is having this thing, I told you the absolute contraindication. So correct answer here is PID. We are done. We are done. Now last thing, OCP is remaining. So we will take a break, a big break, and after that I will continue continuously until evening. So I would like to take a big break right now. How much you say? It's 12:30 right now. So like yesterday, can I start directly at 2 after the lunch? So I will not take another lunch break. So from 2 to 6, we will be non-stop. Okay. So here we are almost done. The demography, hardly I require 10-15 minutes more to finish the OCP. I will first finish OCP. A little bit 15-20 minutes maybe. Okay. And after that, I'm going to start the 7 chapters one by one. I have already forwarded the PPT. So one by one, 10-20 minutes may from 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30 we start, maybe till 5 we are going to cover all 7. 1 करके सब हो जाएंगे. 10-15 minutes में फटाफट होंगे, है ना? And after 5 we are going to start the biostatistics, the last hour, 5 to 6. Done. Back, है ना? So for tomorrow we are having communicable, non-communicable 1 chapter, and biostats if we are taking today, not tomorrow, and National Health Program. These are the two chapters, the big chapters we are left yesterday and for tomorrow. Okay, so let's meet at 2. Got it? 2 sharp. I will be back. Okay, so I'm ending the session. You will get a new link on your group. Okay, Ji. Bye bye. Everyone is satisfied till now? You are getting the concept now? If at any point you are feeling that you are missing something, kindly let me know. Okay.